the job done right. A unique world of equipment, tools, and more. Visit PrincessAuto.com for sales, specials, and more.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
The Dugout Show is brought to you by Archangel Fireworks, excellence in pyrotechnics. Winnipeg Goldeyes getting set for Game 2 of their series against the Prairie AirHogs at Shaw Park. Right now we're joined by Goldeyes manager Rick Forney, and a great win for you guys there last night, overcoming early 5-0 deficit. Salamita sells in through the middle innings, and he gets some offense right when he needed it.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, I'm glad to see the guys played for 27 outs last night because it took every one of them. It was a good game. You know, got out of the gate slow yesterday. We just a little bit off the pace early and took Sal through, to the third inning before he looked like he settled in with his fastball command and especially his breaking ball. Just really scuffled to stay ahead in the count. When he did get ahead in the count, he wasn't able to make that good two-strike breaking ball the first 2 innings, and it wound up costing him a few runs. And we had a defensive letdown that wound up leading to 3 extra runs being added onto it, which obviously dug us in a little bit deeper hole. But thank goodness the guys came around. The bottom of the order, the top of the order was doing okay. They were grinding out some at-bats, not getting a whole lot to show for it. But the bottom of the order really, all night long, was really stringing together a lot of quality at-bats, and it was producing guys getting on base and giving us scoring opportunities. And essentially it cut the start short for their kid last night. But all in all, it was a great night for the team. Glad that the bottom of the order was able to come through the way they did. We got a lot of production out of the 7, 8, 9 spot last night, and hopefully we built some momentum there through the last half of that game that can carry over to this one.
Casey Harther has really had a fine year once again for you guys, and comes in a big way. Home run in the 8th inning and the game winner in the 9th.
Yeah, Casey's a good hitter, man. His resume has always dictated that he's going to hit, and I think the big thing with Casey is he plays a position where you need some production in terms of driving in some runs and providing some 2-out hits with men in scoring position, and he's starting to do that. He's getting plenty of opportunities, and he's taking advantage of them.
Talking with Goldeyes manager Rick Forney on the Dugout Show. Goldeyes play Game 2 of their series tonight against the Prairie AirHogs. Another guy with a huge night at the bottom, going 4 out of 4 in the 9-hole. Ryan Pineda drives in 2 runs for you.
Yeah, got a couple big 2-strike hits for us, and happy for him. He's been scuffling a little bit, especially defensively, and sometimes that can affect your offense a little bit, but really like him. I mean, he's a good player, and he can be a difference maker offensively. When he's using the whole field, he can be tough, and he got all of his hits the opposite way last night, I believe, and really looked comfortable in the box, used the whole field, got a big 2-out base hit in his first at-bat on a slider. He took 2 fastballs that were probably hittable, maybe trying to get a good feel for their starting pitcher, but the guy left a breaking ball up in the zone just a little bit. He was able to drive it back through the box for his first base hit, but hopefully he can settle in and give us some more offensive performances like that.
And what a job, just that rally in general in the 9th. The lefty gets the first couple outs pretty quick, but Reggie great at bat, 2 strikes. Mazzola the big single before Casey sets it up.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I already started thinking about my bullpen and how we were going to try to play this out, knowing I didn't have Gabe or Kissick at my disposal last night. And sure enough, Reggie gets down 2 strikes and started to grind a little bit and was able to drive a ball through the right side to get a guy on base with 2 outs. And the guy fell right behind the Maz and got himself on a 2-0 count, was able to drive a ball through the hole to keep us going. Again, heads up base running by Reggie to take the extra base, and Casey got a pitch up in the zone and lifted it enough in a good spot where the wind was going to help it a little bit. And it was a long run for Paul McCarr. I believe they were playing no doubles earlier in the inning. I couldn't see where he was once we got first and third, but he looked like he was moved in a little bit further than where he was initially playing, and if he stayed back deep, he probably would have caught that ball, and he came awful close. He made a nice diving effort, and it looked like it got into his glove. He just wasn't able to secure it.
Huge job by Kyle Bellamy, and a couple tough breaks with the infield hits there in the 9th, but gets a big-time double play against Jason Botts.
Yeah, sometimes, things aren't going to go your way, and somebody's going to find some ways to get on base. And Prairie, credit them, they did a good job that inning of grinding it out against a very tough hitter, tough pitcher. And it's not an easy at-bat for a right-hander facing Kyle Bellamy, and they did a good job, used the right side of the field to start their inning there, and we got a big pop-up from Mojica, which certainly helped a lot. lot in that situation. He was able to get the bunt down. The whole inning could have looked a lot different, but he made a hell of a pitch to Botts in the bottom of the zone, was able to get him to drive the ball on the ground right to Blackwood, and we were able to turn a big double play.
Another great play, I thought, by Blackwood. I believe it was in the 7th inning where couldn't quite get the forced play at second, and Blackwood was kind of off balance, but was able to get the throw to first, and he still got one out on the play.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough play. We didn't necessarily get a great feed there, but he was athletic enough to hang on and secure the lead out and almost gave us an opportunity for a second.
Nick Hernandez coming off a tremendous outing there last Thursday in Sioux Falls. Expectations for him here tonight?
Really anxious to see how he bounces back from that good effort. We need a lot more of that. You know, we don't need our starters to be Cy Young every time out and give us 7 or 8 scoreless innings. I'll take 6 innings and 4 runs, to be honest, and it's up to our offense to provide the rest. So, you know, Nick's the guy that we signed, and hopefully that he can stay healthy and, you know, give us 100, 110 innings out of that 4th or 5th spot in the rotation. So if he can go out there today and kind of give us just a glimpse of what he was able to do in Sioux Falls, then we should have an opportunity to win another game.
Rick, great one last night. Great job as always, and then we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right.
That was Winnipeg Goldeyes manager Rick Forney joining us on tonight's Dugout Show, brought to you by Archangel Fireworks Excellence in Pyrotechnics. Winnipeg coming off a 7-6 victory over the Grand Prairie AirHogs last night in Grand Prairie's first ever game here at Shaw Park. Casey Harther and Ryan Pineda combined 8 for 9 in the 8 and 9 spots in the lineup. Harther hitting his first homer of the year and came through with a game-winning hit in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs to chase home Reggie Abercrombie. We'll take a break and come back with On the Rubber. Take a closer look at tonight's starting pitchers, Nick Hernandez and Brandon Vargas, a couple of good left-handers. We'll have On the Rubber coming up after this here on Jewel 101.
It's Ken with a solution for loneliness out here in the field. I'll tell you what Ken would do. Ken would keep a two-way radio in the cab. Prairie Mobile has the Kenwood two-way radios that'll keep you in touch with the family and help if you ever need it. Tough, long-range, economical, and very sociable. Say more with two-way radios from Kenwood. It's what Ken would do, and you should too.
After the sale, it's the service that counts. Prairie Mobile, your Kenwood authorized dealer.
Go to bostonpizza.com and finger cook a meal the whole family will love. Don't waste your precious time cooking when you don't have to. We know you've got more important things to do, like watching sports highlights, stopping your kids from bumping into stuff, or simply taking a break from napping. And with over 100 menu items to choose from, everyone can get exactly what they want. To order, call 925-4111 or finger cook today at bostonpizza.com.
Here's the pitch, and oh, my goodness, a line drive right into Martin's face.
I just smashed his glasses.
He's standing up again, but boy, those glasses are toast.
Well, I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover glasses or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
You know, shopping for new clothes really shouldn't lead to an existential crisis.
Why? Just why?
Find your fit at Sargent Blue Jeans. Choose from your favorite brands like Silver, Levi's, Buffalo, and Dickies. Sargent Blue Jeans carries specialty and hard-to-find sizing with on-site alterations while you wait. You don't have to settle for good enough when you can get the perfect fit. For the best in casual and work clothes, hit a home run with Sargent Blue Jeans, located on the corner of Sargent and Valor.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Welcome back to Shaw Park and the Rono pregame show right to the ballpark. Winnipeg Goldeyes in Grand Prairie AirHogs getting set for Game 2 of their 3-game series. On the Rubber is brought to you by Cal Tire, with 5 convenient locations in the capital region. We're more than just tires. Cal Tire, true service. Nick Hernandez, the 25-year-old lefty, will be on the mound for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. In 4 starts, Hernandez 1-0 with a 5.75 ERA, 20 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 33 hits. Hernandez has walked only 3 batters. He has struck out 17. Opponents hitting .359 on the year against Nick Hernandez. Coming off his best start of the year, Hernandez went 6 2/3 against the Sioux Falls Canaries last Thursday. an eventual 8-3 victory. Hernandez gave up just one earned run, and that was on a leadoff solo homer in the bottom half of the first. Hernandez gave up nothing else over the 6 2/3 innings that he pitched. He allowed 7 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out a season-high 6. Tonight will be his second home start of the season. He last pitched at Shaw Park on May 29th against the Lincoln Salt Dogs, a game that Winnipeg would eventually win 8-5. Hernandez in that ball game took a no decision, going 4 2/3 innings and allowing 4 earned runs. Hernandez really put things together. He and Jamie Vermelia worked really hard going into that last start on Thursday against the Canaries, and made a couple of minor mechanical adjustments, and certainly the results were there, and Hernandez will look to pick up his second win of 2014 as he makes his first career start against the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Hernandez, in his 4th year of professional baseball, his career record now at 15-8 with a 3.77 ERA. Began his career in 2009 after getting drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies organization out of the University of Tennessee, a 12th round pick. Following his junior season in 2009, Hernandez, great baseball story, bouncing back from the injuries that forced him out of 2011 and 2012. And Hernandez now back in pro baseball for a second straight year. He made 18 starts last season for the Clearwater Threshers in the High A Florida State League. His opponent tonight will be another lefty, 23-year-old Brandon Vargas, who was a true rookie last year for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. This season, Vargas in 5 starts is 2-2, an ERA of 4.80. He last worked on Friday against Wichita in the opener of a series at Quick Trip Park. He allowed 4 earned runs on 8 hits in 6 2/3 innings and took the loss. He walked 3, struck out 3. The AirHogs would lose to Wichita that night by a final score of 7-4. Vargas this season has worked 30 innings. He's allowed 34 hits. He's walked 13, struck out 18. Opponents are batting .288 against Brandon Vargas. And as you would imagine, he's had a tougher time against right-handed bats, being a left-handed pitcher. He's held lefties to a lower .259 batting average. Righties, though, have hit .297 against Brandon Vargas over his first 5 starts. For Brandon Vargas, this will be his first career outing against the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Did not join the AirHogs until June of last season. In fact, it's almost a year to the date since Brandon Vargas made his professional debut. The 1-year anniversary will be tomorrow, June 12th of last year. Vargas took the mound professionally for the first time, and he picked up a victory over the vaunted Laredo Lemurs offense. So Brandon Vargas, almost a year to the day since making his pro debut, will take the ball here in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Vargas pitched at a couple of different colleges, including the University of Oklahoma in Norman. He pitched there in 2010. He would finish up at Rogers State University in Claremore, Oklahoma, where he was a former college teammate of his current AirHogs teammates, Eric Baker, the center fielder, and Sean Spainhoward, who will get the start for the AirHogs tomorrow morning. On the Rubber, again, brought to you by Cal Tire, with 5 convenient locations in the Capital Region. We're more than just tires. Cal Tire, true service. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups and first pitch after this on Jewel 101.
Thanks for listening to the Winnipeg Goldeyes Rona Pregame Show Ride to the Ballpark. Stay tuned. The game is coming up next on Jewel 101.
Nice day. Want a drink?
Yeah, sure. Pass me a Pepsi. Whoa! Do you hear that? Open your Pepsi. Whoa! That was awesome.
Hit it out of the park this summer with the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi. Pepsi, live for now.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
There's no feeling like escaping to the lake and catching a few fish. And Pro-Am Tackle has everything to make a fishing trip perfect. Rods, reels, tackle, trolling motors, even live tackle year-round, and much more. Plus, the guys at Pro-Am Tackle are local, know their stuff, and the best fishing spots. Oh, hold on. Hello? Jim? That you waving from the canoe down the lake? Let me send you a selfie with the fish I just caught. I loves me some nature.
Pro-Am Tackle, 1094 Nairn, or follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Summer barbecues on the patio. They're all fun and games until someone slips and drops an entire plate of steaks.
No!
go! Prairie Safety Surfacing can help keep your family and stakes safe all year round with Rubber Rock, the original rubber safety surfacing in North America since 1983. Prairie Safety Surfacing mix and pour Rubber Rock on site to create a seamless, non-skid finish on your patio, driveway, pool deck, and more. Trust the original Rubber Rock. Bounces like rubber, wears like rock. Learn more at prairiesafetysurfacing.com.
Save on your next energy bill with helpful tips from Manitoba Hydro. Even small changes can make a big impact on the environment. Install dimmer switches on the lights you use most often to control exactly how much light and electricity you use. Unplug your cell phone chargers once they finish charging. Chargers continue to draw energy even after your device is fully charged. And whenever possible, use cold water for laundry. For more ways to conserve energy, visit hydro.mb.ca.
It's time for Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on the crystal clear FM airwaves of Jewel 101. Now, let's go to the ballpark for tonight's game. Here's Steve Schuster.
From Shaw Park in Winnipeg, Manitoba, you're listening to Goldeyes Baseball, presented by MTS on Jewel 101. Tonight is Game 2 of a 3-game series between the Grand Prairie AirHogs and your Winnipeg Goldeyes. The starting pitchers for tonight's ball game: for the AirHogs, left-hander Brandon Vargas, and for the Goldeyes, left-hander Nick Hernandez. Well, hi again, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. Winnipeg won in exciting fashion last night. Casey Harther with a 2-out RBI hit to left center field off the glove of left fielder Palmer Carr Jr. to drive in Reggie Abercrombie. A rally that started with 2 outs and nobody on base. Winnipeg won it by a final of 7-6. They had a combined 8 for 9 in the final 2 spots in the lineup from Casey Harther and Ryan Pineda, who tallied a total of 4 runs batted in, and Winnipeg will look to make it 2 straight over the AirHogs, who are still making their first visit to Shaw Park. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the Grand Prairie AirHogs, managed by Ricky Van Hasselberg, who is in his 4th year. Jimmy Mojica is the shortstop and leading off. Brandon Pickney is at second base and batting second. Palmer Carr Jr. is the left fielder hitting third. Jason Botts is the DH and batting cleanup. Andres Rodriguez is at first base hitting 5th. Vince DeFazio is the catcher batting 6th. Michael Herr is in right field hitting 7th. Eric Baker is the center fielder hitting 8th. And Matthew Burns is at third base and batting 9th. The starting lineup is brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Fans, when you visit the Sky Suite level at Shaw Park, make sure to stop and relax in one of 3 Lazy Boy comfort zones. Each Lazy Boy comfort zone is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, coffee tables, and their world-famous recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably. On the mound tonight for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, 25-year-old left-hander Nick Hernandez, coming off a great start last Thursday over the Sioux Falls Canaries. Hernandez pitched into the 7th inning for the first time this year, went 6 2/3, allowed 1 earned run and 7 hits. Didn't walk a batter, struck out a season-high 6 in the Goldeyes' 8-3 victory over the Canaries, and that gave Winnipeg its first ever 4-game sweep at Sioux Falls Stadium. The 2 teams have played each other 15 out of the last 21 seasons. And the Goldeyes will look to Nick Hernandez to help take the second game of this series. The finale will be tomorrow morning with a scheduled 11:05 a.m. first pitch. Jimmy Mojica, a right-hand batter, steps to the plate, and he takes a fastball just outside from Nick Hernandez. It's 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch tonight at 7:06 p.m. in downtown Winnipeg, the 1-0. And that fastball's on the outside corner. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Jimmy Mojica batting .250 on the year, no homers and 6 runs batted in. A tall right-hand batter, slightly open stance. The 1-1 pitch, line drive to right field, right at Donnie Webb, moves in a step and makes the catch. 1 away in the top half of the first. Tonight's opening pitch was brought to you by Best Western Plus. The Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel is Winnipeg's premier event venue. Book your next corporate event, wedding, or conference at the Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel. Brandon Pickney had a huge night in the opener of this series on Tuesday. A right-hand batter steps to the plate. By the way, the AirHogs made a late change to their lineup. Frazier Hall, the talented young third baseman, the only left-hand bat on Ricky Van Asselberg's roster, has been taken out, so it'll be all righties against Nick Hernandez in Game 2 of this series. And Brandon Pickney takes a fastball over the outside half for a strike. It's 0-1. Pickney is average at .273, 2 home runs, and 12 runs batted in. Another right-hand bat with a slightly open stance. He takes a changeup low and outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pickney last night 3 for 3 with a run, a double, and RBI. And he also drew a pair of walks. A 1-1 pitch hit foul the other way. Late swing and a fastball off the plate. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're just underway, top of the first. 1 out and nobody on. Overcast skies, but a fairly comfortable evening here in downtown Winnipeg. And again, we'll have a Wednesday fireworks show following tonight's contest. Palmer Carr Jr. looms on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Pickney. Fastball just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overcast skies, 16 degrees Celsius, 61 Fahrenheit. Humidity of 55%. And 19-kilometer-per-hour winds out of the northwest. Swinging a ground ball to the left side, moving in front is Mazzola. Tough play off his left arm. And safe at first is Brandon Pickney. Tough play headed towards the hole. Mazzola cut in front. Pickney's got a little bit of speed. Mazzola was trying to pick that up on the move and put himself in position to make a throw, but the ball took a bounce off his left arm. And safe at first is Brandon Pickney, the first base runner of the game. They'll score that an error on Josh Mazzola. Pickney, a little bit of speed, has not attempted a steal yet in 2014. Palmer Carr Jr. now steps to the plate. He had 3 runs batted in last night and a 2-run homer in the top half of the second, a cap off the 5-run inning, and then he tied the game on what was scored a fielder's choice in the top of the ninth. First pitch from Hernandez, fastball knee-high in the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Palmer Carr Jr. having a heck of a season, 4th in the league in average beginning tonight at .363. He's tied for 6th with 4 home runs and tied for 20th with 15 runs batted in. Swinging a line drive towards center field. Abercrombie moving in. Abercrombie reaches down and he makes the catch. Good swing on that fastball from Palmer Carr Jr., but he hits it right at Reggie Abercrombie. And now there's 2 outs. Pickney holds at first. Defensively tonight for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, Casey Harther is at first base. Jake Blackwood is at second. Josh Mazzola is at third. Tyler Kuhn is the shortstop. Ray Sadler is in left field. Reggie Abercrombie in center. Donnie Webb is in right. And Luis Allen does the catching for the left-hander Nick Hernandez. Jason Botts, the former major leaguer, steps in, switch hitter right-handed. He stands off the plate. Hernandez from the stretch, and it's a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Hernandez, great size, especially for a left-handed pitcher, 6'4", 215 pounds. A 25-year-old native of Hialeah, Florida, now lives in Madison, Tennessee in the offseason. Pickney a short lead at first, and the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner. Same pitch, that fastball right around the knees of Jason Botts. And the count is 0-2. Botts with tremendous power from both sides of the plate. He has been stronger from the left over the first 25 or so games this year for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Grand Prairie begins tonight 10-15. They've dropped 6 of their last 8 games. 1 on and 2 out in the top of the first. The 0-2 pitch just a bit high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good idea by Hernandez and Luis Allen. They got the 2 called strikes around the knees and try to get Botts to expand the zone. Jason Botts, 287 this year, also tied for 6th in the league with 4 homers. He has 12 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball up the middle, hits the mound, moving in front Blackwood, he's got it, flips to Kuhn and plenty of time to force out Pickney, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Middle of the first at Shaw Park. It's the AirHogs 0, and the Goldeyes coming to bat on Jewel 101.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg's store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes make dreams come true by providing live baseball experiences to charities, nonprofit groups, and inner-city programs. Now with the Goldeyes Community Zone, even more memories are available to be made. For group tickets, contact the Goldeyes at 982-BASE. These seats are made possible through generous donations from the Community Zone partners. So from the Winnipeg Goldeyes and Community Zone recipients, thank you. CN, Princess Auto, Christie's Office Plus, Volkswagen Canada, the Players Cup, MTS, and University of Winnipeg.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
No score, bottom half of the first. Nick Hernandez worked around a one-out error. And we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, managed by Rick Forney, who is in his 9th season. Tyler Kuhn is the shortstop and leading off. Jake Blackwood is at second base in batting second. Ray Sadler is in left field hitting third. Luis Allen is the catcher in batting cleanup. Reggie Abercrombie is in center field batting fifth. Donnie Webb is the right fielder hitting sixth. Josh Mazzola is at third base hitting seventh. Casey Harther is at first base hitting eighth. And Ryan Pineda is the DH and batting ninth. On the mound tonight for the Grand Prairie AirHogs, left-hander Brandon Vargas will make his 6th start of the year. Vargas 2-2 with a 4.80 ERA. 30 innings pitched. He's allowed 34 hits, walked 13, struck out 18. Opponents are batting .288 against the left-hander Brandon Vargas. Vargas, a true rookie last year for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. We mentioned during On the Rubber and the Rona pregame show ride to the ballpark that tomorrow will be 1 year to the day that Brandon Vargas made his professional debut. That was June 12th of last year against Laredo, and he got off to a great start, gave up just 1 earned run in 7 2/3 and a victory over a very good Laredo lineup. And here, 364 days since turning professional, Brandon Vargas will take on the Winnipeg Goldeyes in Game 2 of this 3-game series. No score, bottom of the first. Tyler Kuhn, a left-hand batter, will start things off. Vargas from the windup, and the first pitch is a fastball just outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Kuhn 6th in the league in batting at .358. No homers and 7 runs batted in. Left-hand bat with a slightly open stance. The 1-0 pitch outside and low with a fastball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Vargas coming off a loss on Friday against Wichita at Quick Trip Park in Grand Prairie. Went 6 2/3. Allowed 4 runs, all earned on 8 hits, walked 3 and struck out 3. AirHogs lost 7 of 4. The pitch, fastball, comes over the inside half, a good tailing action. And it's now 2-1 on Tyler Kuhn. 7 out of 14 against left-hand pitching this year, a .500 clipped. And he has a .316 career average against left-hand pitching. The 2-1 swing and a foul tip held by the catcher Vince DeFazio, and the count even on Tyler Kuhn, 2-2. He'll be followed by Jake Blackwood and Ray Sadler in the bottom half of the first. Kuhn, the native of Louisville, Kentucky. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a line drive, base hit beyond the reach of the first baseman Andres Rodriguez. Over to cut it off Michael Herr, and Tyler Kuhn back in the hit column, a clean single down the right field line. The Goldeyes have the leadoff hitter on base. Defensively tonight for the Grand Prairie AirHogs, Andres Rodriguez is at first base. Brandon Pickney is at second. Matthew Burns is at third. Jimmy Mojica is the shortstop. Palmer Carr Jr. is in left field. Eric Baker is in center. Michael Herr is in right field. And Vince DeFazio behind the plate for the young lefty Brandon Vargas. Not a big guy, 5'7", 175 pounds. A 23-year-old native of Owasso, Oklahoma. Jake Blackwood takes high and outside, a fastball from Brandon Vargas. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Blackwood 267 on the year, 2 home runs, and he is tied for 13th in the American Association with 17 runs batted in. Tyler Kuhn can run, getting a good lead. Blackwood fouls it off to the right side. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Good crowd on hand. We had better than 5,500 last night in the opener of this series, and they were treated to a great ball game. Winnipeg walked it off in the 9th, and along the way overcame a 5-0 deficit. Blackwood is 3 for 13 this year against left-hand pitching. Goldeyes as a whole have done very well against lefties, even though they haven't seen too many. Toss to first, and Kuhn gets back standing up. The Goldeyes tonight are facing only their 4th left-handed starting pitcher. They are 2-1 over the first 3 times they've seen a lefty on the mound. But collectively, the Goldeyes have a batting average of .322 against left-handers, both starters and relievers. Blackwood takes low and inside. It's 2 balls and a strike. with Ray Sadler waiting on deck. Goldeyes trying to build an early run against 23-year-old lefty Brandon Vargas. Combined with the last year, now 5-8 to begin his professional career. 18 games, all starts, and a 5.17 ERA over the last 2 seasons. Lefty to righty, the 2-1 pitch. Changeup misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. Good running opportunity here with a 3-1 count. Kuhn is 3 for 3 in steals. Blackwood's done a great job making contact. He struck out only 12 times this year. And after picking up a single last night, Blackwood has hit safely in 21 of the Goldeyes' first 25 games. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. Not going, the pitch, swinging a line drive towards right center field. Long run for Baker, going back into his left. Baker dives, can't get it. That'll be an extra base hit rolling towards the fence. Into third is Tyler Kuhn. He'll be waved to the plate. Kuhn will score at that, a relay throw. It's an RBI double to right center field for Jake Blackwood. And 2 batters into the bottom of the first. Winnipeg takes a 1-0 lead. On 3 balls and 1 strike, Jake Blackwood tags one to right center. The wind earlier tonight blowing very hard from left across to right field. Eric Baker's got some speed. That was well beyond his reach. He tried a heroic diving attempt, almost a leaping attempt towards the warning track, but came up empty, and Blackwood picks up his 18th RBI of the year. And he is now at safely in 22 of 26 games. And a chance for more offense. Blackwood in second, nobody out. Here comes Ray Sadler, a right-hand batter. Crowds the plate. Vargas off the first base side of the rubber. And Sadler takes a fastball on the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Sadler, .231 in the year. Tied for 3rd in the league with 6 home runs. And tied for 16th with 16 runs batted in. Blackwood getting a decent lead off second base. Brandon Pickney tries to keep him close. The 0-1 pitch. Hit foul off the end of the bat. It rolls along the first base side, and the count is 0-2 on Ray Sadler. Goldeyes 1, AirHogs 0 in the bottom of the first. A leadoff single down the right field line from Tyler Kuhn, followed by the RBI double to right center from Jake Blackwood. Kuhn and Blackwood, the only 2 remaining position players who have not started a game this year at DH. 8 different players have been at DH this season for Rick Forney and the Winnipeg Goldeyes. The 0-2 fastball. Just inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not a bad idea by Brandon Vargas. He was able to get at 0-2 and a couple of pitches away and try to sneak a fastball over the inside corner. Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Sadler holds the bat high up. Here's the 1-2 from Vargas. Slider way inside, and a great stop by Vince DeFazio. That had late action on the slider low and in. Sadler laid off, and DeFazio prevents a wild pitch. So now it's 2-2. Sadler 3 for 16 against left-hand pitching this year. Tonight's umpires, Marty Bauer is behind the plate. Hank Lemoyne is at first. And Sean Hicks is at third base. Marty Bauer, new to the American Association. This is the 3rd time the Goldeyes have had him behind the plate. And in that brief sample size, he's averaged 2.45 strikeouts for every walk, well above the historical league average. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him on a high fastball. Good pitch by Brandon Vargas. And there's 1 away in the bottom half of the first. That first strikeout is brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro reminds you to be safe around electricity. 1 strike, and you're out. Luis Allen now steps to the plate. One of the hottest hitters in the league, was named the American Association's Batter of the Week on Monday, while the Goldeyes are participating in the 20th annual Field of Dreams Foundation Golf Tournament. Allen on a 9-game hitting streak, and over his last 12 games, he's hitting .429 with 12 runs batted in during that stretch. A right-hand batter stands on top of the plate. Brandon Vargas, the left-hander, comes set between the chest and belt, swinging a foul straight back. Good rip by Allen, and the count is 0-1. Goldeyes lead 1-0 in the bottom half of the first inning. Allen, for the season, he's now 12th in the league in hitting at .338. No homers and 14 runs batted in. And he is off to a real good start against left-hand pitching this year, 5 out of 14, a .357 average. Black with a runner in second and 1 away. 0-1 on the Goldeyes backstop, Luis Allen. Vargas is ready, and the pitch. Breaking ball, popped him up, shallow right center. Drifting back is Brandon Pickney. Pickney called off by the right fielder, Herr, and Michael Herr makes the one-handed grab. So Allen is retired. Blackwood still on second, now 2 away. And that'll bring up Reggie Abercrombie, switched with Donnie Webb. Abercrombie moving into the 5-hole, Webb into the 6th spot. Abercrombie hot right now at the plate. He's hit safely in 6 in a row. And he started the rally last night in the bottom of the 9th. After getting a couple of healthy cuts against the left-hand pitcher, Ben Whitmore, behind 1 ball and 2 strikes, Abercrombie had a hard single the other way and eventually scored on the game-winning hit from Casey Harther. Abercrombie, a right-hand batter, first pitch from Vargas. It's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Reggie 10 for 25 during his 6-game hitting streak, an even .400 average. He's at .253 now for the year, tied for 6th in the league with 4 home runs, and he has driven in 14. Blackwood in second and 2 men down. Breaking ball way outside. Another good stop by Vince DeFazio. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Goldeyes in their traditional home white uniforms. Goldeyes in red script and underline on the front side. Red names and numbers in the back. Matching white pants with no trim. And the navy blue caps with the red bills. The pitch. Fastball taken high. 2-1 on Reggie Abercrombie. Reggie 5 for 10 against left-hand pitching to begin the year. And over the last 5 seasons, Abercrombie a .339 hitter against left-handers. AirHogs for a second straight game in the blacktop, so the red trim underneath the armpits and at the bottom of the sleeves. AirHogs printed in red on the front. The pitch, swing and a miss at a changeup low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Numbers, no names in red on the backs of the AirHogs jersey tops. They have road gray pants and the pinwheel style caps that a couple of teams have adopted over the last few years. White fronts, black centers, red behinds. The bills are red, and the AirHogs logo is on the front. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him on a high fastball, and the inning is over. So Brandon Vargas limits the Goldeyes to 1 run. There were 2 hits and 1 left on base. End of 1 inning at Shaw Park. It's the Goldeyes 1 and the AirHogs 0 on Jewel 101.
It's summer. The perfect time to kick back and relax with friends and family. This summer, make it easy on yourself with catering by Chicken Delight. From a feast for a few to feeding your whole crew, Chicken Delight will put a smile on everyone's face with their famous chicken, fabulous pizza, ribs that rock, and more. Pick it up or have it delivered. Give us a call or send us your catering order at chickendelight.com.
So don't cook tonight. Tonight, all right. Call Chicken Delight.
At MTS, we know there are lots of things that can keep you awake at night. But worrying about internet overage charges shouldn't be one of them. With MTS, you get unlimited internet on all our personal plans. So you never have to think about how much data you're using and how much it's going to cost you. Surf, download, and stream all you want for as low as $20 a month for the first 3 months and rest easy. Conditions apply. Visit your nearest MTS Connect store for details.
The real estate news is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit winnipegrealestatenews.com. The real estate news is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit winnipegrealestatenews.com.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Help support the Winnipeg Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation by purchasing a Path of Dreams sidewalk brick, and your name will go down in history. Literally. Personalized bricks located on the walkway to Shaw Park are a unique way to honor loved ones, promote businesses and organizations, or celebrate a special event. For more information and how to purchase your Path of Dreams sidewalk brick, call the Goldeyes office at 982 base. 1-0 Winnipeg, top of the second. Tyler Kuhn led off the first with a single and came home from first base on Jake Blackwood's double to right center. Andres Rodriguez will lead things off against the lefty Nick Hernandez. Worked around an error with 1 out in the top half of the first inning. Hernandez from the windup and the first pitch. Rodriguez takes a fastball down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Rodriguez, DeFazio, and Herr 5, 6, and 7 to up for the AirHogs in the top half of the second. The lefty winds on the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. Mazzola reaches down, recovers on the bare hand, fires to first. High throw. Harther's got it, and out at first is Andres Rodriguez. Nice recovery by Josh Mazzola. Mazzola ranged a couple of steps to his left. The ball popped out of his glove, but he grabbed it with a bare hand. Knew that Rodriguez, not a fast runner coming down the line, was able to plant his feet and make a strong line drive throw to Casey Harther across the diamond. So Nick Hernandez retires the leadoff man, and including tonight, Hernandez has now held the leadoff hitter to a 4 for 24 clip, 167, to begin the 2014 season. 1 out and nobody on base. Vince DeFazio, the catcher, stepping in. Again, with Hernandez or any other lefty on the mound, there are 9 right-handed bats in the lineup for the AirHogs. Fastball low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Vince DeFazio hitting .246, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. He was 0 for 4 last night, but came in having hit .300 in his previous 6 contests. A right-hand batter, slightly close stance, and he swings through a fastball inside. It's now 1-1. A run, 2 hits, 1 error early on for the Goldeyes. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Hernandez making his 2nd start of the year at Shaw Park. Time called for at the plate, and DeFazio, the talented defensive catcher, will step out of the box. Would imagine we'll see Mitch Abeda in some form tomorrow with a morning start after tonight's contest. 11:05 a.m. tomorrow. It'll be Matt Jackson against Sean Spainhoward. The 1-1 from Hernandez. Fastball taken high and outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Goldeyes Baseball is presented to you by MTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices only with MTS. The 2-1 to DeFazio. Swinging a high pop-up center field. Abercrombie trouble locating, and now moving into his left. He's got it. Abercrombie makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Off the bat with the overcast skies, Abercrombie looked like it took him a second to locate where the apex of that ball was going to end up, but in the end he was actually very close to where it would finally come down. He moved a couple of steps to his left side and retires Vince DeFazio in the can of corn. It's 2 outs and nobody on Michael Herr, the right fielder, now stepping to the plate. Herr, another right-handed batter, having a solid year, .299 with a homer and 10 runs batted in. And he has hit safely in 16 of 21 games played. The pitch, fastball on the inside corner, 0-1. Interesting note about Herr over the first quarter of the season for the AirHogs. He has not gone back-to-back games without a hit at any point in 2014. The 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground on the right side to his left. Blackwood, he fields, tossed to first in time to get Herr, and Nick Hernandez has a 1-2-3, top half of the second. Nothing across, middle of the second at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Water cooler's out.
Never fear! As a powerful elemental, I shall conjure forth a refreshing aquatic spring to quench our thirst. Just, give it a minute.
Clean, great-tasting drinking water isn't magic. It's Culligan. Culligan Water has been serving Winnipeg and surrounding areas for 58 years. As a member of the CBWA, you can count on their highly trained staff to deliver the best possible water treatment products and services, drinking water systems, and bottled water. Culligan Water. Better water. Pure and simple. CIBC and the Winnipeg Goldeyes have partnered to fight cancer. On Sunday, October 5th, CIBC and Goldeyes employees, friends, and family will be running in communities across Canada for a future without breast cancer. Shaw Park, the home of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, will be your local run site for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation CIBC Run for the Cure. For more information, to register to run or make a donation, go to CIBC.com. Let's run for a future without breast cancer. Join in Sunday, October 5th at Shaw Park.
At Cal Tire, they are the tire and wheel experts. They have the best selection of tires and wheels in the city, all at prices that can't be beat. If you find a lower advertised price, bring it in and they'll match it or even beat it. This spring, pay attention to your vehicle by taking it to the experts at Cal Tire. It's time to talk to Cal at any one of their 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Come celebrate your birthday Goldeyes style. Partygoers receive a souvenir, hot dog, potato chips, and soft drink, plus birthday cake and mini donuts to enjoy in the stands, courtesy of Little Orbit's Mini Donuts. The guest of honor also receives a birthday card, Goldeyes Baseball, photo with Goldie, happy birthday, PA announcement during the game, and more. Parties are just $16 per person based on a minimum of 10 guests. Call the Goldeyes office at 982-BASE to book your next birthday bash. 1-0 Winnipeg, bottom half of the second. Good shutdown inning by Nick Hernandez. And for the Goldeyes, scratched out an early run. Donnie Webb leads things off against the lefty Brandon Vargas and takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Webb, Mazzola, and Harther 6, 7, and 8. Webb a switch hitter batting right-handed. Vargas winds on the 0-1 pitch. Slider taken low and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Webb had a huge home run last night, a 2-run shot off the Manitoba Hydro Superboard in right center field. That was part of the 4-run bottom half of the 6th inning. Swinging a foul straight back, good rip and a high fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pulled the Goldeyes within a run at 5-4. And after the home run cleared the bases, Ryan Surley, the AirHogs starter, got the next hitter, Reggie Abercrombie, to fly out to left, but Winnipeg got 3 more hits after that and scored the go-ahead run. Swinging a line drive the other way. That's a base hit in a right center field. Donnie Webb serves one to right center, and for a second straight inning, the Goldeyes had the leadoff man on base. The AirHogs this season, they've got a strong lineup, which really has the potential to do even better than it currently is right now. Their struggles have come in pitching and defense, kind of a tough combination. The AirHogs begin tonight last in the league in team ERA at 5.77, and they are second from the bottom in defense at 9.66. Donnie Webb a threat to go. He has 8 for 10 in steals on the year. Josh Mazzola, right-hand batter, wide open stance in the first pitch. It's a fastball taken at the letters for a strike, 0-1. Mazzola involved in the 9th inning rally last night. He followed Reggie Abercrombie's base hit the other way with a 1-2 count with a single through the left side. And that would set things up for Casey Harther's game winner. Fouled straight back, another good rip. And it's 0-2. Both Webb and Mazzola have just missed some high fastballs. Dangerous for Brandon Vargas, who will typically live between 84 and 86 miles an hour. He's got a little bit of sink in his fastball. His key pitch, the changeup, will throw that even behind the count, 1-0 or 2-0, to try and get back into the at-bat. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball the other way, and it's beyond the reach of Pickney, a base hit through to right field. Webb will stop at second, and the Goldeyes have first and second and nobody out. Great piece of hitting by Josh Mazzola. He got that good changeup from Brandon Vargas, and it looked like he may have started to swing a little bit early, but was able to make the adjustment, slowed his hands down, and punches that beyond the reach of Pickney at second base. So that'll bring up one of the hitting stars from last night, Casey Harther, a 4-for-5 night. Hit his first homer of the year in the 8th, and then drove in the game winner with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 9th. Harther hitting .345 now on the year, 9th best in the American Association. He has 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. Matthew Burns even with a bag at third, but very unlikely that Harther would be bunting in this situation. The first pitch, it's a fastball just low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Harther 3 for 9 against left-hand pitching this year. He is a career .298 hitter against left-hand pitching. Really has balanced splits against both lefties and righties. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's taken just inside, 2-0. Mentioned the .298 lifetime clip. Harther also hitting .304 against righties in his pro career, the majority of which has been spent in the Angels organization. He's now in his 2nd year with the Goldeyes. A right-hand batter, and the pitch, fouled straight back. Good rip at a fastball a little bit away, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Pineda, who also had 4 hits last night, waiting on deck. Goldeyes 1, AirHogs nothing. We're in the bottom half of the 2nd. Donnie Webb, the runner on second base. Josh Mazzola on first. Both have good speed. The outfield a step deep and a half step to left against the Winnipeg first baseman. Vargas ready above the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. Change up it foul the other way. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good example of Vargas behind in the count going to that changeup. He's also got a good curveball, 12-6, but they'll typically stick with that fastball and changeup. Brandon Vargas on the road this year, 2-1 in 3 starts entering tonight, an ERA of 6.19. He's fared better at Quick Trip Park, an ERA of 3.21 in 2 starts. Fouled straight back, another healthy rip at a fastball off the plate, and it's 2-2 on Casey Harther. Winnipeg got the early run of the Jake Blackwood RBI double in the bottom half of the 1st inning. To chase home Tyler Kuhn from first, they got a great opportunity to widen that gap here in the 2nd. Lefty to righty, and the 2-2. Grounded foul outside of third, and a nice snag by a fan in the first row of seats. So it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harther has hit 4 consecutive foul balls, the last 2 of which have come on 2-strike counts. Harther batting .296 this year with men in scoring position. Played a big role in last night's victory with 4 hits. Vargas gets the sign from Vince DeFazio. He'll set up outside. Another 2-2. Breaking ball low and in. And a good stop by DeFazio. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Casey has only struck out 11 times this year. See if Rick Forney starts the runners 3-2 and nobody out. It's Webb on second and Mazzola on first. Infield hoping for a double play up the middle. Mojica the shortstop and Brandon Pickney the second baseman. The runners go, 3-2 pitch, it foul beyond the plate. So Forney put Webb and Mazzola in motion, and Harther did a good job to waste away that pitch. That one got up to 91 miles an hour on the radar gun at Shaw Park. And Harther having a good turn here against the lefty Brandon Vargas. This will be the 9th pitch coming up. Goldeyes driving up the pitch count of Brandon Vargas. That'll be key throughout the rest of this series. The AirHogs have a somewhat depleted bullpen. They signed the 2 pitchers coming into last night, neither of which have pitched since 2012. They go again, 3-2, and a high fly ball deep left field. Carr turns and watches, and it is long gone.
Brought to you by
Casey Harther goes deep for a second straight night. A 3-run bomb over the left field fence. His second home run of the year. And the Goldeyes have opened up a 4-0 lead in the bottom half of the second. A no-doubt shot, and what an at-bat by Casey Harther on the 9th pitch from the left-hander Brandon Vargas. He smokes one well beyond the Donnie Smith retired number in left field. So Harther, with his second homer of the year, is now up to 10 runs batted in, and still nobody out in the bottom half of the second. 2 singles and a 3-run shot from Casey Harther. Conference on the mound between Brandon Vargas, the infield, and pitching coach Jeff Russell. It's broken up by Marty Bauer. So the Goldeyes out to a good lead early on, 4-0 bottom half of the second. Ryan Pineda, who had 4 hits against his former club last night, will step to the plate. As soon as that touched the bat, you knew it was out of the park. The home run that Harther had last night, it had plenty of power behind it. It was a bit of a lower line drive type, homer to left center. This one of the majestic type shots, heading out in the direction of the Red River in left field. First pitch to Ryan Pineda, fastball taken just low, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Brandon Vargas, originally from Owasso, Oklahoma. Mentioned he played his last 2 college years at Rogers State University in Claremore, Oklahoma. Pineda takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Rogers State competed in the NAIA World Series back in 2012, his junior year. Pineda grounds a curveball foul into the Goldeyes dugout, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And during the 2012 NAIA World Series, Vargas had an 18 strikeout performance to help Rogers State advance in the tournament. In that contest, he outdueled a future professional teammate. The 1-2 pitch, check swing and a breaking ball, it's low. They appeal at first, and Hank Lemoyne says that Pineda held. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vargas in that 18 strikeout game, which by the way fell 1 shy of the NAIA World Series record. He outdueled a pitcher by the name of Jared Mortensen, a final score of 2-1. Mortensen also played for the AirHogs last season. 2-2 pitch, check swing, and he went around, according to Marty Bauer. That's strike 3. Third strikeout for Brandon Vargas. It'll go down as a swinging third strike. And it's back to the top of the order for Tyler Kuhn, who singled and scored in the bottom half of the first inning. Mortensen, during that game in 2012, was pitching for LSU Shreveport from Louisiana. And Mortensen got off to a great start. He was a true rookie along with Brandon Vargas last season. And his contract purchased by the Tampa Bay Rays. Fastball taken high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler Kuhn of the base hit is now at safely in 21 of 26 games this season. Lefty against lefty. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball nicks the outside corner, 1-1. It's 4-0 Goldeyes in the bottom half of the second, thanks to a 3-run homer from Casey Harther. 1 out and nobody on base. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball pulled on the ground on the right side. To his left, Pickney Fields on the edge of the outfield grass. The toss to first is in time to get Tyler Kuhn, and it's 2 outs and nobody on. Jake Blackwood now stepping to the plate. Blackwood drove in the first run of the 9 with a long double to right center in the bottom half of the first inning. For Brandon Vargas, that's the 3rd home run that he's given up this season. Blackwood with the RBI double now has 18 runs batted in this year. Mentioned he's hit safely in 22 of 26 games. He's reached base in 25 out of 26. Vargas throws a curveball low and away. It's 1-0. 4 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Goldeyes. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the AirHogs. The pitch. Fastball misses low and inside, 2-0. The in-game line score brought to you by Culligan Water. Better water, pure and simple. Culligan Water has been locally owned and operated since 1956, serving Winnipeg and the surrounding areas. Contact them at drinkculligan.com. Fastball missing low and outside, and the count now 3-0 on Jake Blackwood with Ray Sadler waiting on deck. Vargas has not walked a batter over the first 2 innings, in danger of doing so here. The 3-0 to Blackwood takes all the way, and it's a fastball at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Blackwood now 4 out of 14 against left-hand pitching, including his first inning double, a .286 average. 2 outs, nobody on. The 3-1. Ground ball towards the middle, base hit through to center field. Jake Blackwood's now 2 for 2. Got the count in his favor, a 3-1. Didn't try and do too much, and he grounds one over the mound for a base hit. And that'll give Ray Sadler a 2-out chance here in the bottom half of the second inning. Surprisingly, the AirHogs, you mentioned they're last in the league in team ERA at 5.77. Their biggest struggles on the pitching side have been at Quick Trip Park. Their team ERA at home this year in 13 games, 6.26. It's a more respectable 5.20 on the road, including the 7 runs they gave up last night, 6 of which were earned. But a 6.26 ERA at what has been one of the toughest hitters' parks in the league. Swinging a high pop-up foul behind the plate, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. In the 3 years prior to this, the AirHogs had the 3rd lowest home ERA in the American Association, 3.69, from 2011 through 2013. That is no longer the case here in 2014. You'd imagine things will balance out, just based on the geography of that ballpark in Grand Prairie. Swing and a miss at a curveball, and it's 0-2. A good pitch low and inside from Brandon Vargas. Quick Trip Park, which opened in 2008. Since 2011, it has been the toughest park to score runs. They are tied with Unitrade Stadium in Laredo, Texas. The 0-2 runner goes, swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt, dug out by DeFazio, and that will finish up the bottom half of the second. So Vargas has struck out 4 over 2, but not before the Goldeyes add 3 runs on the Casey Harther home run. There were 4 total hits, 1 left on base, and at the end of 2 at Shaw Park, it's 4-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Most days, you can predict what life's going to throw at you.
He's 2 for 2 at bat so far today.
But every once in a while...
Strike! Oh, he did not see that coming.
When life throws you a curveball, Ranger Insurance will protect what's important to you. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, they have a plan that fits your needs. Ranger Insurance, putting relationships first. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com.
Year after year, after year after year, after year after year, after year after year.
For 7 consecutive years, Johnson Waste Management, with a reputation for business excellence, has been recognized as the best waste management services provider in Winnipeg. Johnson Waste Management, doing our best to be the very best year after year after year after year after year.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Get your group of 25 or more together for a Goldeyes game. Our group packages suit everyone from a family gathering to the team at work that wants to share in the experience of exciting Goldeyes baseball. These packages are full of benefits just for your group. Seating is available in all areas of Shaw Park. Call our group department at 982-BASE and let one of our event experts look after the details of your next outing. Don't forget to ask about our group picnic packages or the Goldeyes patio deck. Nick Hernandez now staked to a 4-0 lead. We go to the top of the 3rd. Middle game of this 3-game series at Shaw Park. Casey Harther leaves the yard for a 2nd straight night. A 3-run homer to deep left in the bottom half of the 2nd. So Hernandez faces 8-9-1. Eric Baker, Matthew Burns, and Jimmy Mojica. Baker moved into the 8th spot with a late scratch to Frazier Hall. The first pitch, and it's a fastball for a strike on the outside half, and the count 0-1. Eric Baker, 257 this year, no home runs, and 7 runs batted in. A true rookie out of Rogers State University, former college teammate of tonight's AirHogs starter Brandon Vargas and tomorrow's starter Sean Spainhoward. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle, off the mound. Blackwood backhands, off balance throw to first. Harther with a scoop, not in time, and Baker is safe at first. Great effort though by Jake Blackwood. That was not a hard-hit ground ball over the mound. Blackwood had a long way to get to it. Backhanded to the left of second base. Made a great one-hop throw over to Casey Harther. Harther was able to dig it out, and first base umpire Hank Lemoyne gave Baker the benefit of the doubt. So an infield single to start things off. And now Matthew Burns will step to the plate, making his first appearance of this series. If you're joining us recently, Frazier Hall, the young third baseman who started last night, and the only left-hand bat, natural left-hand bat in the AirHogs roster, was a late scratch, and Burns will get the start at third base tonight. First pitch, fastball low and away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Burns 1 for 16 in 12 games played. He is 0 for 2 early on this year against left-handed pitching. 1 on and nobody out. We're in the top of the third. AirHogs trying to chip away. Goldeyes with a 4-0 lead. Hernandez throws a fastball on the outside half, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Burns, like Eric Baker, who's on first base right now, a true rookie. Played last year at Northwestern State University. It's been a couple of seasons in the Southland Conference. Hit .241 as a senior last year with a homer and 12 driven in. Lefty to righty, the 1-1. Popped him up, out beyond second. Drifting out is Blackwood. In comes Donnie Webb in shallow right. Webb is camping under it, and he makes the grab. Burns retired, and we'll go to the top of the order for Jimmy Mojica. Eric Baker goes back to first. Mojica 0 for 1. He flying to right his first time up. Hey fans, next time you're at a Goldeyes game, bring along a non-perishable food item for donation to Winnipeg Harvest. Collection bins are located at every ballpark entrance. Peak in the Market and the Goldeyes encourage all listeners to help those in need. Eric Baker, good speed over on first base. Is 1 out of 1 in steals. Not getting much of a lead. He's held by Casey Harther, a right-handed defender. Mojica right-hand batter open stance. And the pitch, fastball on the outside half. And the count is 0-1. The Grand Prairie AirHogs playing at Quick Trip Park, which opened up in 2008. Over the last 3 years, they are signed with Unitrade Stadium in Laredo. We're the toughest park for overall offense. Big cut by Jimmy Mojica, and he swings and misses at a changeup low and outside. It's 0-2. Hernandez looking for his first strikeout this evening. 4-0 Winnipeg, top of the third with a runner on first and 1 man down. Both Quick Trip Park and Unitrade Stadium have a park factor of just 81. Hernandez down to the belt. And the 0-2 pitch, changeup hit foul off the end of the bat. It'll roll towards Grand Prairie's dugout on the first base side. And the count is still 0-2. And what that essentially means that both Grand Prairie and Laredo's home ballparks produce 19% less offense. And we're going by runs scored, total runs, than the average park in the American Association. And that it's tied for the lowest in the league over the last 3 years. And that is why it's so surprising the AirHogs' home ERA is so high. Swing and a miss at a fastball away, and Hernandez has his first strikeout of the night. That was a great pitch sequence by Nick Hernandez. He got ahead 0-1 with a fastball. He got Mojica to chase the changeup low and away. He went back to the changeup, he fouled it off, and then went to the same location, but would go with the heat, and he blows it past Jimmy Mojica, who strikes out for the second out here in the top half of the third. That brings up Brandon Pickney 0 for 1, reached on an error charge to Josh Mazzola in the top half of the first, but he was erased in a forced play that ended the inning. Baker getting a bigger lead on first. The pitch, fastball high and outside, the count 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the AirHogs. Outfield a medium depth and a couple of steps to left against the veteran infielder Brandon Pickney. Hernandez leans in to get the sign. He works off the first base side of the rubber. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside half of the knees. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. When it comes to home runs, Quick Trip Park not much better. They are third from the bottom with a park factor of 82. And again, that basically means Quick Trip Park gives up 18% fewer home runs than the average ballpark in the league. 1 on and 2 out top of the third. A step and a toss over, and Baker has to dive back. Baker was caught leaning a little bit towards second, but didn't have that big of a lead. And he gets back with that attack from Casey Harther. The toughest park for home runs, and this is no surprise. U.S. Steel Yard, home of the Gary South Shore Railcats. Wind usually blowing in that stadium, and it has cavernous dimensions. The 1-1 to Pickney. Swinging a line drive, loop down the right field line. Tough play, moving over his Webb, and that'll slice foul in the middle of the AirHogs bullpen down the right field side. And Hernandez works in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes. U.S. Steel Yard with a home run factor of just 63, 37% below the American Association average. And again, that's over the last 3 years, 2011 through 2013. 4-0 Winnipeg, top of the third. Eric Baker, the runner on first and 2 outs. Hernandez works in front of Brandon Pickney, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Allen sets up away. Now the pitch, changeup, it foul off to the right side. Pickney was out in front, and the count is still 1-2. Pickney now 5 for 11 this season against left-handed pitching. The AirHogs as a team in 2014 hitting .268 against lefties, slightly higher than their average against righties, which is at .265 entering tonight. Baker shortens up the lead. Hernandez a pretty solid move to first. Now he comes set. Again, Allen setting up outside. Another 1-2 pitch, change up high and away, and it's 2-2. Nick Hernandez allowed the infield leadoff single to Eric Baker despite the very good play at both ends by Josh Mazzola and Casey Harther. It's only the 5th time in 25 innings that Hernandez has started this year in which the leadoff hitter has reached base. The 2-2 pitch, high and away. Good eye by Brandon Pickney, and it goes to 3-2. That'll give Eric Baker the automatic start. 3-2 and 2 men down. Palmer Carr Jr., very dangerous hitter, is waiting on deck. Brandon Pickney, a guy who likes the ball up. Holds the bat back. Slightly open stance from the right side. Runner goes, and the 3-2 is swung and popped in the air. Right side, that'll reach the crowd, and the count is still 3-2. Pickney has hit a couple of home runs this season. It looked like Baker had a very late jump. Perhaps that was due to the fact that Hernandez a lefty on the mound, and Baker wanted to ensure that Nick Hernandez was going to deliver to the plate. The AirHogs tomorrow have a lefty on the mound in Sean Spainhoward, who might have the best pickoff move in the American Association. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. Again, the runner goes, 3-2 pitch, hit in the air to center field. Drifting back is Abercrombie, over to his right, he's under it. Abercrombie makes the catch, and the side is retired. Nick Hernandez gets around the leadoff infield single, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. Middle of the third at Shaw Park, 4-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
To some, he is a hero. To others, merely heroic. But to us, he's a Pools Hall of Famer. Raised on highlights and minor league stats, he played his game cards like he played Division 12 slow pitch. To win. Home team? Check. Visiting team? Check. Champion? Check. Be a legend with Sports Select. Pools players won over $7 million last year. Pick the winning teams today at your lottery retailer. Remember, keep it a game.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
We all know that money doesn't grow on trees, but it sure grows in our branches. At Steinbach Credit Union, you get a great interest rate on any of our savings accounts, right from $1. That's right, no minimum balance here. Add to that a complete range of financial products and our unparalleled service, and that could put a smile on anyone's face. So switch to SCU today and laugh all the way from the bank. Steinbach Credit Union, taking care of the world's most important money, yours.
I've heard other people's kids smoke pot and then drive high.
Other people's kids don't care about making our streets unsafe.
Luckily, my teenager isn't like that. She's responsible.
It goes without saying, she'd never drive high.
Other people's kids, though, you just never know what they're capable of.
Actually, it's not just other people's kids. 40% of youths have driven while high. Learn more at CanadaDrugFree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Canada.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Help support the Winnipeg Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation with a Case for Kids program. All you have to do is pledge an amount and you will donate towards the Field of Dreams Foundation every time a Goldeyes pitcher records a home strikeout during the 2014 season. You can fill out a pledge form at goldeyes.com or at the fan services booth at Shaw Park. First pitch on the way to Luis Allen, fastball low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Goldeyes pitchers last year struck out 373 batters at home, meaning a pledge of just 5 cents per strikeout would have contributed $18.65. At the end of the season, we'll add up all the Goldeyes strikeouts, and the Field of Dreams Foundation will send you an invoice, or if you wish, we can charge your credit card for the amount pledged. For more information about the K's for Kids program, visit goldeyes.com. Allen took low and inside, 2-0. Allen followed by Abercrombie and Webb in the bottom of the third. He swings, pops it up out towards short. Jimmy Mojica lining it up. Started back, now moves in a few steps, and Mojica reaches to make the catch. 1 man down in the bottom half of the third inning. Winnipeg Goldeyes lead the AirHogs 4-0 in the bottom half of the third. Nice job by Nick Hernandez to get around an infield single from Eric Baker that led off the top half of this inning. Reggie Abercrombie steps to the plate 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first time up. Despite giving up 4 runs and 6 hits early on in this game, Vargas has already picked up 4 strikeouts. He entered tonight with 18 in 30 innings pitched. The first pitch hit foul back off the top of the screen and to the right of home plate. It's no balls and 1 strike. Reggie Abercrombie, former Major League ball player, and one of 2 former big league outfielders the Goldeyes are fortunate to have. Ray Sadler the other. And both are heating up at the plate right now as we get into the middle of the month of June. Abercrombie's hit safely in 6 in a row. Changeup misses high and outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Abercrombie, the only player in American Association history to have 20-plus homers and 20-plus steals in 1 year. Hit foul off to the right side, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Was part of maybe the greatest middle of the lineup ever in this league, 2010. Talked about that team during the series last week in Sioux Falls. The Sioux Falls Pheasants at the time got to the American Association Championship Series. Hit foul over towards the left, and it's still 1-2. They would lose to Ricky Van Asselberg, who at the time was managing the Shreveport-Bossier Captains. They would sweep the Pheasants in 3 games, but that year, the 3-4-5 hitters for the Pheasants included Abercrombie, Bo Torbert, the league MVP, and Brandon Singh. Swinging a ground ball to the left, tough hop. Nice play and a short pick by Matthew Burns. Throws across to first. Rodriguez came off the bag, but he applies the tag to Abercrombie's chest. So there's 2 outs in the bottom half of the third inning. Nice play by Matthew Burns. That ball came down a little bit too quick for Burns to get underneath to make the play above his shoulder, and did a really good job to corral that low bounce below the knee. Made a bit of a wide throw over to first, but Andres Rodriguez saved it. And that'll bring up Donnie Webb 1 for 1. He started the rally in the second with a single to right center field and a nice swing and a 1-2 count. In fact, all 3 hits to begin that bottom of the second came on 2 strike counts. Webb was 1-2, Mazzola 0-2, and Harther came in a full count with a 3-run homer. First pitch to Webb, breaking ball misses just low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 4-0 Winnipeg. We're in the bottom half of the third. Brandon Vargas from the windup. And the pitch on the outside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. Donnie Webb, switch hitter from the right side of the plate, including a single tonight. He's now 5 for 16 against left-hand pitchers this year. Fastball down low, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Webb, a natural right-handed batter, right-handed defender. But at a young age, before his teenage years, his dad switched him around, wanted him to learn how to hit lefty, and he has been a switch hitter ever since. The 2-1. Hit in the air towards the gap in right center field. Again, a long run for Baker, sprinting to his left. He reaches over and makes the catch. A step in front of the track in right center. Donnie Webb tagged it. He's retired on a nice running play by Eric Baker, and Winnipeg is down in order for the first time tonight. Nothing across into 3 at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Hey, you're looking red and shiny today.
It's just the burger sweats, babe.
That's not normal.
Nah, it's cool. I read the nutrition fact things like you said. I've got enough sodium for like 3 days.
It's easy to make the healthy choice at Jugo Juice. Jugo Juice smoothies are made with real fruit and veggies, 100% fruit juice with no added sugar, and no sorbet fillers or purees. So whatever you order, it's loaded with the good stuff. Stop by Jugo Juice at Shaw Park or Polo Park.
The only thing better than taking in a Goldeyes game is taking to the water. Now you have a chance to breeze across the lake in your very own Alumacraft boat. At select Goldeyes home games, swing by the promenade before the game and enter to win a V16 Series Alumacraft boat complete with a trailer and a 25 horsepower motor, courtesy of Alumacraft and the Winnipeg Goldeyes. The winner will be drawn during the last series of the regular season. Can't wait? Purchase your Alumacraft boat at Girton Marine in Winnipeg.
While there is no known cure for ALS, there is hope. The ALS Society of Manitoba supports families affected by ALS. Their client services coordinator works with your family to determine your needs, and the Brummett-Feasby ALS House provides 24-hour care designed to specifically meet the needs of people living with ALS, because hope is important in the lives of those affected by ALS. The ALS Society of Manitoba. They help their people every way they can. Visit alsmb.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball presented by MTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices only with MTS. Top of the fourth inning at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes lead the AirHogs 4-0. Brandon Vargas at his first 1-2-3 frame in the bottom of the third. Nick Hernandez back to work against the AirHogs lineup. Will face the heart of the order. Palmer Carr Jr., Jason Botts, and Andres Rodriguez, 3, 4, and 5. Carr is 0 for 1. He fly to center field his first time up. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in this inning, brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. Fastball just outside and high. It's 1 ball and 0 strikes. In the opener of a doubleheader, and mind you, that's a scheduled 7-inning game, the Railcats and Explorers are in extra innings. 1-0 pitch. Lifted in the air right side, foul ground. Harther moving to his left by the foul sidewall. Tried to lean into the stands. Lost his balance for a second and would land about 3 rows back. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike, and Palmer Carr Jr. No score. The Railcats hosting the Explorers. They're on the top of the 11th of a scheduled 7-inning game. Game 2 will begin at some point when this doubleheader opener marathon will finish up. The T-Bones are out to a 2-0 lead over the Wichita Wingnuts. They're in the top of the 5th at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Fargo and Lincoln, they're delayed due to rain right now at Newman Outdoor Field in North Dakota. The 1-1, high fly ball to center field. Deep, but looks like it's playable for Abercrombie drifting back in front of the track. Abercrombie makes the catch. And Palmer Carr Jr. retired on a fly ball to center for a second time in as many at-bats. Laredo leads Amarillo 1-0 at Amarillo National Bank Sox Stadium. They're in the bottom half of the third. St. Paul and Sioux Falls tied at 2 in the bottom of the fourth at Midway Stadium. And right here at Shaw Park, it's the Goldeyes 4 and the AirHogs 0. In the top half of the fourth, Jason Botts at the plate, switch hitter right-handed, 0 for 1. He takes a fastball high and outside. It's 1 ball and 0 strikes. Goldeyes got 1 in the first on the RBI double from Jake Blackwood and opened a 4-0 lead in the second. And Casey Harther with a 3-run homer. The 1-0 pitch to Botts, and it's a fastball on the outside half. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jason Botts, a former major leaguer. He's now in his 14th season of professional baseball and spent parts of 4 years in the majors with the Texas Rangers, 2005 through 2008. Swing and a miss. Great changeup. Bottomed out and tailed away from the right-hand batter. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Botts had solid numbers, 93 career big league games at .230 average with 5 homers and 28 runs batted in. And he's got several high-profile players in his book. Swinging a line shot foul, screaming into the stands and hope that everyone's all right. That was down the right field stands, a foul ball that went about halfway into the box seats. And it's 1 and 2 on Jason Botts. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Botts, who stands in at 6'6", 255 pounds. Behind on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Hernandez winds, and the pitch. High fly ball to center field. Abercrombie moving back, has room in front of the warning track. Abercrombie makes the catch. And for Reggie, that's the 5th ball that he's caught tonight. Out at center field. We're only in the 4th. 2 outs and nobody on. In fact, that's 3 in a row going back to Brandon Pickney's fly out to center that into the top half of the third. Andres Rodriguez now at the plate. Rodriguez 0 for 1. He grounds it out to third base, leading off the top half of the second. Goldeyes lead by 4. Hernandez from the windup. And the first pitch. Changeup pops it up foul beyond the plate. And this will come back over towards the press box. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Andres Rodriguez, a former New York Mets fireman, signed as an international free agent in 1998 out of the Dominican Republic. He's been in independent baseball since 2007. A career .448 slugging percentage and 99 lifetime home runs. Swinging a foul straight back, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Ian Palmer-Carr Jr. helped the 2010 Shreveport-Bossier Captains win the American Association Championship. He played against Ricky Van Asselberg in 07 and 08. Was a member of the San Angelo Colts of the United League. Van Asselberg was managing the Alexandria Aces. 0-2 way inside that moved the feet of Andres Rodriguez. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Van Asselberg, in his first 8 years as a pro manager, has reached the playoffs 6 times and has won 4 championships, including 2 in the American Association. 2010 with Shreveport-Bossier and 2011 with the AirHogs. Hernandez kicks and deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him on a changeup, and the side is retired. Nick Hernandez with his 2nd strikeout of the night gets Andres Rodriguez way in front of a change. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Middle of the 4th at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Winnipeg on Jewel 101.
Support your own, the Goldeyes. And Fort Garry Brewing. Located right here in Winnipeg, Fort Garry Brewing is Manitoba's #1 brewery, crafting a full spectrum of delicious beers and ales, including the award-winning Fort Garry Dark and the fan-favorite Fort Garry Pale, both of which are available at Shaw Park, so cheer on the home team. Fort Garry Brewing, Manitoba made, Manitoba's own.
Hi, this is Ivan Saper, owner of Saper Agencies. We offer personal, business, automobile, and travel health insurance. But it's how we sell that makes us different. We strive to remain on the cutting edge of technology and product innovations. We promise you quick, efficient, and effective solutions and 100% satisfaction. See us today, and we'll find you the right solution at the right price. Remember, your best insurance policy is our experience.
Saper Agencies, 2188 McPhillips. Call 694-6787.
The Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel is dedicated to making your stay as easy and carefree as possible. With over 8,000 square feet of meeting space and 213 guest rooms, the Best Western Plus can accommodate events large and small. Their on-site catering team and event planners offer customized menu options and expert service. Book your next corporate event, wedding, or conference at the Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel, 1715 Wellington Avenue, or call 204-786-0687 for more information.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 4th inning at Shaw Park. Winnipeg leads by a score of 4-0. Nick Hernandez has retired the last 6 in a row since a leadoff single from Eric Baker in the top half of the 3rd. Trades and transactions brought to you by Prairie Safety Surfacing. Bounces like rubber, wears like a rock. Prairie Safety Surfacing, your authorized rubber rock dealer for Manitoba. Visit them at prairieSafetySurfacing.com. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Goldeyes in their half of the 4th. Josh Mazzola, Casey Harther, and Ryan Pineda. Mazzola 1 for 1. He singled through the right side and would come home on the Casey Harther home run in the bottom of the 2nd. He takes a fastball over the inside half for a strike. It's 0-1. That was the 67th pitch of the night for Brandon Vargas, who had his first quick inning in the bottom half of the 3rd. Mazzola now 9 for 23 in his last 7 games played. Fastball down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mazzola, right-hand batter, wide open stance in the 1-1 pitch. Curveball into the knees, it's 1-2. The Amarillo Sox have let go of outfielder Jeremy Williams, as well as right-hand pitcher Brian Oliver. They've signed first baseman Kyle Nichols. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, he got him. Ball in the dirt. DeFazio will dig it out and apply the tag. And that is now 5 strikeouts for the left-hander Brandon Vargas. 1 out and nobody on in the bottom half of the 4th. Amarillo also signing left-hand pitcher Josh Spence. Kyle Nichols, well-traveled around independent baseball and has been with several teams in the American Association, most notably the El Paso Diablos, who went dark following the 2013 season. Here's Casey Harther continuing this red-hot stretch. First pitch, it's a changeup on the outside half, 0-1. Last time up, Harther battled for 9 pitches, and with the runners in motion and a full count at a 3-run homer to left. Curveball high and away, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Gary South Shore Railcats yesterday signed right-hand pitcher Travis McGee. The Lincoln Salt Dogs have signed Luis Nunez and Anthony Viger, a pair of infielders. Change up on the outside half, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Casey Harther. The St. Paul Saints placed infielder Brandon Wyckoff on the inactive list, retroactive to Monday, June 9th. Swinging a ground ball toward short, 3 bounces, fielded by Mojica. Steps in, lobs it a first, and it's in time to get Casey Harther 2 up and 2 set down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Vargas trying to settle in, much the way Chris Salamina did last night. Salamina allowed 5 2-out runs in the top of the 2nd, but nothing after that, and he got the Goldeyes into the 7th. And by shutting down the AirHogs over the next 4 to 5 frames, he gave Winnipeg a chance to tie the game up, and they would eventually win 7-6. 2 outs and nobody on. Ryan Pineda, a right-handed batter, struck out swinging in the bottom half of the 2nd. A wide stance, and he takes a breaking ball in the outside corner. No balls and a 1 strike. Pineda came in at .280, 1 homer, and 11 runs batted in. Now 3 for 13 this year against lefties. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball grounded slowly toward short. Mojica charges, fields at the waist. Sidearm throw to first. Rodriguez with a stretch. It's just in time to get Ryan Pineda, and the side is retired. So Brandon Vargas has now retired 7 batters in a row. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Into 4 at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
What should we bring to the lake for dinner tonight?
Something easy that we can throw in the cooler. Turkey.
Granny's Poultry introduces their seasoned boneless turkey breast.
Sounds good.
Really good.
Pick up a Granny's frozen seasoned boneless turkey breast from your neighborhood grocery store. Throw it in the cooler, and by the time you get to the lake, it's barbecue ready. Granny's Poultry, your local poultry farmer's own cooperative. To find a retailer or for simply delicious recipes, visit grannys.ca. Granny's, good-natured.
Honey, where should I put this?
In the basement.
I don't think there's any room.
Sound familiar? If your home or garage has accumulated more than it can hold, let BFI Canada help. Rent a temporary bin from BFI for a day, a week, or longer. Too much stuff? Then call the Blue. Call BFI Canada to schedule your delivery today. BFI Canada, a Progressive Waste Solutions company.
It's a quiet evening at the lake. You can hear the birds singing before bed. The gentle waves. It doesn't get any better than this. Unless you add Archangel Fireworks to your night. Having a birthday? Amp it up with fireworks. Family reunion? Nothing says we missed you like a crackling peony exploding in the sky. Typical Wednesday? You guessed it. You need Archangel Fireworks. 104 Pembina Highway.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 5th inning at Shaw Park. Winnipeg leads Grand Prairie by a score of 4-0. Casey Harther's home run, a 3-run shot on the bottom of the 2nd. Brought to you by Home Run Sports. We've got you covered from prospect to pro. Tonight's Home Run Sports home run winner is Megan Hyde. Megan, congratulations. Stop by Home Run Sports to receive your $20 gift card. Goldeyes fans can enter to win all season long by visiting Home Run Sports, located on Bishop Grandin, 1 block west of La Jamodier. Home Run Sports, get ready for your game. Vince DeFazio, Michael Herr, and Eric Baker do up in the top of the 5th. 6, 7, and 8 against Nick Hernandez, trying to get 3 outs to qualify for a victory. Winnipeg has led since the bottom half of the 1st inning. They have out-hit the AirHogs 6-1 over the first 4 frames tonight, and Hernandez has done a good job to manage his pitch count, just 51 over the first 4 innings. Hernandez, the left-hander, facing Vince DeFazio, 0 for 1. He's hit one of the 5 fly balls tonight to Reggie Abercrombie in center field. The first pitch, fastball knee-high on the outside corner, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Nick Hernandez, drafted by the Phillies in 2009, a 12th round pick out of the University of Tennessee in the always competitive SEC Conference. Swing and a miss at a changeup outside, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Talk with Hernandez prior to tonight's game about his preparation on his start days, what he does out in the bullpen. He says for the most part he stays pretty relaxed. Sometimes starting pitchers will like to come to the ballpark a little bit later. Fastball way in. Almost nicked Vince DeFazio, turned out of the way. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Hernandez said he enjoys being at the field more than just kind of sitting around at home for an extra hour and watching TV or reading like some other starting pitchers will do. So he'll come around the same time he would on the days that he doesn't start. Time granted to Vince DeFazio by home plate umpire Marty Bauer just as Hernandez was about to begin his delivery. He said he'll begin his stretching about 30 or 40 minutes before the scheduled first pitch, before heading down to the bullpen. The 1-2, change up high and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And during his pregame warm-up session, he'll throw about 20 to 25 pitches, the majority of which are just meant to get his upper body and lower body in sync, get the arm loosened up. The final 10 pitches will throw at full strength. The 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him at a changeup. 3 strikeouts now for Nick Hernandez. A good changeup, just a bit low and outside. DeFazio swung through, and Hernandez is now 4 for 5 tonight in retiring the leadoff man. Michael Herr, the right fielder, is stepping to the plate. So Hernandez trying to improve to 2-0 after taking no decisions in each of his first 3 starts. Interestingly, Hernandez, who took a no decision in each of those first 3 outings, Gabe Aguilar would be the first reliever brought in from the bullpen. And in all 3 cases, Aguilar would get the win. First pitch, fastball on the outside half of the knees, and it's 0-1 on Michael Herr. He grounded a second in the top of the second inning. Now 5 for 13 on the year against left-hand pitchers. 4-0 Goldeyes, top of the 5th. And the 0-1. Swinging a tapper to the right side. Moving over Hernandez, a fair ball. Bare hands, turns, throws to first in time to get Herr. Good play by Nick Hernandez. Herr took him a couple seconds to finally get out of the box from the right side of the play, and that bought Hernandez some extra seconds. So, well, it took a while for that ball to finally come down. Hernandez did a good job to get in position, circled around the ball so that when he finally picked it with his bare hand, his body was in a good throwing position at first base. And they get Michael Herr on the 1-3 putout. 2 outs, nobody on. Eric Baker now stepping up. Baker, the last AirHog to reach an infield single that led off the 3rd. Since then, Hernandez has retired 8 batters in a row. Brandon Vargas on the other side has retired the last 7 to face him. Base is empty and 2 outs. And the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Baker along with Matthew Burns, 2 true rookies in the starting lineup tonight for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Again, Ricky Van Asselberg unable to join the team here. So former Goldeyes infielder Brian Myro has taken over managerial duties. That changeup taken outside by Eric Baker. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Meyer in his first season as hitting coach after playing for the AirHogs the last 2 years. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside, it's now 2 balls and a strike. Meyer, of course, one of the true independent baseball success stories, began his career in the late 90s right here with the Goldeyes and would eventually get to the major leagues with the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. 2 outs, nobody on base. Hernandez to the windup and the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, and it's taken a little bit low. Marty Bauer thought about throwing up the right arm. And it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Bauer stepped back, kind of turned his body to the right, but couldn't quite pull the trigger. And the pitch did look a little bit below the knees of Eric Baker, a right-hand batter. Hernandez with a 3-1, and that's low ball 4. So Hernandez walks his first, and for Hernandez, that's only the 4th walk he's given up this season. And a total of 25 innings pitched, including tonight. Runner on first and 2 outs. Baker is on for a second time. Matthew Burns stepping to the plate 0 for 1. He flied out to right field his first time up. Tonight's trivia question brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel specializing in spacious executive suites. Last year, the Goldeyes swept the season opening series against the AirHogs, the first time the 2 teams ever met. Who are the 3 winning pitchers for the Goldeyes in that 3-game series? You need to get all 3 to get the question correct. First pitch to Burns, fastball strike on the outside half. It's 0-1. Call the Jewel 101 studio at 204-943-5250 with your answer for a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. We'll have the correct answer later tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs. Baker with some speed. The 0-1 for Hernandez. Hit foul off to the right side, and it's 0-2. That ball ricochets all the way down to the first row. On deck is Jimmy Mojica if Matthew Burns can fight his way on base. AirHogs have only had 3 total base runners. Pickney reached on the error in the first. Baker the infield single in the 3rd, and Baker here with a walk in the top half of the 5th. Winnipeg with a 4-0 lead. Luis Allen, the veteran catcher, gives the sign. The outfield medium depth and a step to left against Matthew Burns. Burns playing in his 13th professional game tonight. The pitch Little looper shallow right, charging on is Donnie Webb, coming on, reaches, makes the catch to the left of his knee, and the inning is over. Good play by Webb to charge in from right field. And Nick Hernandez works around the 2-out walk. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base. We've come halfway at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Goldeyes here on Jewel 101.
Hello, Manitoba. I'm Larry McIntosh from Peak of the Market. Manitoba-grown asparagus is now available at your grocery store. It's our first crop of the year, and it's only around for a short time. You can be assured that if the asparagus has Peak of the Market on the label, that it's grown right here in Manitoba.
When's the last time your bank gave you a great big kiss when you walked through the door?
Excuse me?
That's what they do at Sonova Credit Union. Their DOG, Director of Greetings, is a St. Bernard who welcomes all members.
Wow, can he schedule appointments too?
No need. At Sonova, you don't need an appointment, ever. Drop by whenever works for you. Bank brighter with Sonova Credit Union at one of their 11 branches throughout Manitoba, with convenient 7 days a week service in Winnipeg.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come! Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 5th at Shaw Park, the Goldeyes in front of the AirHogs by a score of 4-0. Tyler Kuhn 1 for 2 will lead things off. Top third due up for the Goldeyes in their half of the 5th. Fastball from Brandon Vargas runs outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Vargas, after making some missed pitches on 2 strikeouts in the second, is beginning to settle in. Curveball in the outside corner, and it's now 1-1. Since a single to Jake Blackwood in the second, Vargas has retired 7 straight. He's now at 78 pitches, including the 1-1 count on Tyler Kuhn. Breaking ball low and outside. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Kuhn singled and scored in the bottom of the first, then grounded out to second base in the bottom half of the second. He entered tonight 6th in the league in hitting at .358. Fastball and foul the other way off the hands that'll travel towards the seats, moving over Matthew Burns, and he runs out of room. It's about 6 rows back, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goldeyes 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The AirHogs no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Tomorrow morning, quick turnaround finale of this 3-game series. Matt Jackson moved up 1 spot in the rotation, and he will face left-hander Sean Spainhauer. Breaking ball low and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another long count here for Tyler Kuhn. 3-2 in the Goldeyes shortstop. Kuhn leads the Goldeyes in pitches per plate appearance at 4.14 entering tonight. A shade in front of Josh Mazzola, who is at 4.06. 3-2 the count. Now the payoff pitch. Line shot, base hit beyond the reach of Rodriguez. Tyler Kuhn is now 2 for 3. A 3-2 curveball, but it was left up by Brandon Vargas. Kuhn stayed back, and he rips it to right field. The Goldeyes have the leadoff man on, and that will break the streak of 7 in a row retired by the 23-year-old left-hander. Jake Blackwood now steps to the plate. Blackwood is 2 for 2. We talked earlier about the AirHogs' struggles on the pitching side of things. Last in the league in ERA at 5.77. The majority of that has been done by the AirHogs bullpen. We credit our good friend Sean Aronson of the St. Paul Saints for showing us this information earlier today. First pitch to Blackwood, a curveball low, kept in front by Vince DeFazio, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Entering today, the AirHogs bullpen, their total relief pitchers, bottom of the league with an ERA of 7.35. Their starters have been much better. Certainly a respectable 4.9, and you'd probably like to see that a little bit lower as well, but that's nowhere near the 7.35 of the AirHogs relief corps. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Blackwood rips it towards third, past the dive of Burns and down the left field line. It rolls up the Goldeyes bullpen into the left field corner. Kuhn at third base. He's going to be waved home by Rick Forney. Kuhn scores without a relay throw. It's a double and a run batted in for Jake Blackwood, his second RBI double of the night, and it's 5-0 Goldeyes in the bottom half of the 5th inning. On 1 ball and no strikes, Jake Blackwood rips one just beyond the reach of a diving Matthew Burns. It rolled up the bullpen, and a good job of the relievers in the Winnipeg pen to get out of the way to prevent that from being a ground rule double, which would have kept Tyler Kuhn at third. It ping-ponged around in the corner. It was a long run for Palmer Carr Jr., who is not the most mobile of outfielders. And Kuhn scores easily from first base. Now Blackwood in second, nobody out. And Ray Sadler takes a fastball on the inside half. It's no balls and 1 strike. So Blackwood a 3-for-3 game. And he picks up his 19th RBI of the year to lead the Goldeyes. Ray Sadler is 0-for-2, struck out swinging in the first. And struck out swinging in the bottom half of the second. He crowds the plate from the right side. Vargas looks back on the 0-1 pitch. Curveball a little bit low and away. And it's 1-1. So Vargas had retired 7 in a row entering this inning. Kuhn with a great single on 3-2. And he's driven home for a second time tonight on a Jake Blackwood RBI double. 8 hits now for the Goldeyes. The pitch, breaking ball. This one misses down low, and it's now 2-1 on the Goldeyes left fielder. Ray Sadler appearing in 3 games for the Pittsburgh Pirates during the 2005 season. And as a home run in the majors to his credit, coming off San Francisco Giants lefty Noah Lowry. The 2-1, ground ball towards the hole. Diving stop by Burns. He gets up from his knees, throws to first, and it's in time to get Ray Sadler. That's a heck of a play by the true rookie Matthew Burns. Just took away a hit from Ray Sadler. That was a sharp ground ball. You can hear that barreled up in the background. And Burns lays out to his left. Good base running by Jake Blackwood to stay at second. Made sure that ball, he was able to see that ball go into the glove of Matthew Burns. So Sadler retired. There's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Luis Allen 0-for-2. He has popped to second and popped out to short. Allen with a 9-game hitting streak entering tonight. Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Allen swings, pops it up off the hands, left side. Burns, the third baseman, calling. Now Mojica, the shortstop, coming in. Mojica takes charge, and he makes a 2-handed catch just to the left of the pitcher's mound. So Luis Allen is retired. Now there's 2 away. Jake Blackwood still on second. Reggie Abercrombie now coming to the plate. Abercrombie tonight 0-for-2. He has struck out swinging and grounded out to third. Another big crowd in hand at Shaw Park. This one in excess of 5,600 in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Goldeyes trying for a win to give themselves a shot at a home sweep tomorrow morning. Runner on second, 2 away. And the first pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball down low. It's 0-1. Reggie has been busy in center field tonight. He's caught 5 of the 15 outs recorded by Nick Hernandez. AirHogs have had what appear to be some good swings in that changeup, but nothing has even reached the warning track over the first 5 innings. Another lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball low, and another stop by Vince DeFazio. No balls and 2 strikes. Vargas has given up 5 runs, all earned on 8 base hits. But along the way, he's collected 5 strikeouts. Here he will look for his 6th. Donnie Webb, a switch hitter, is on deck. Jake Blackwood now 3-for-3. The runner on second with 2 away. The left-hander is ready. He checks back in second. And the 0-2 pitch, curveball low. A 3rd straight curve from Brandon Vargas. This time, Reggie Abercrombie able to lay off. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Abercrombie is gifted, an athlete as you'll find in the American Association. His 5th year in the league, going back to 2010. And a great sign by the Goldeyes just before spring training started this year. 1-2 pitch, fastball, misses in off the plate, and it's 2-2. A rare time that Vargas will throw inside, especially to a right-hand batter. Typically, he will work away to the righties of the fastball and the changeup. 2-2 the count. Now the pitch, curveball ripped just foul outside of third. Abercrombie stayed back on a 72-mile-an-hour curveball from Brandon Vargas. And was out in front at still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reggie has driven in 14 this year, looking to extend a hitting streak to 7 straight. Blackwood in second and 2 men down. 5-0 Goldeyes in the bottom half of the 5th. Another 2-2 pitch. Changeup low and outside. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this is a great turn of the plate for Reggie Abercrombie. Has gone from 0-2 to a full count. It continues to drive up Brandon Vargas' pitch count. Goldeyes already have a 5-0 lead. They're hoping to get into the depleted AirHogs bullpen. DeFazio flashes out the sun. And time called for at the plate. Abercrombie steps out of the box. Blackwood leads off second base. Mohica not paying much attention. Now Vargas brings the hands just above the belt. The 3-2 to Abercrombie. Curveball, swing and a miss. He got him, and the inning is over. 6 strikeouts now for Brandon Vargas. The Goldeyes get a run. There was 2 hits and 1 left on base. And at the end of 5 at Shaw Park, it's Winnipeg 5 and Grand Prairie nothing on Jewel 101.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Stars celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com. Nothing foggy. Nothing to hide. Everything is crystal clear with Duraco windows. Duraco windows are built to last a lifetime, and they guarantee it 100% with their true lifetime warranty. Feel confident that should a seal fail, a lock break, or a weld crack, you are completely covered. A big investment should be backed big time, so know what you're getting right from the start. The choice is clear. Duraco windows. Go to Duraco.com now to book a free consultation.
Need to find that perfect Father's Day gift? Well, look no further, because the Chamois Car Wash and Detail Centers have got you covered. Get Dad a Chamois full-service 3-wash gift pack and keep him looking good all summer long. They start at only $44.95 and are on sale now at all 3 Chamois locations: Reinders, Waverly, and St. James. Be your dad's hero this year and get him what he really wants for Father's Day: a clean car.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 6th at Shaw Park. Goldeyes baseball presented to you by NTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices only with MTS. Winnipeg now leads 5-0 thanks to another RBI double from Jake Blackwood. He's driven in 2 tonight. Casey Harther has accounted for the other 3 runs with a 3-run homer in the bottom half of the 2nd. Top third coming up for the AirHogs: Mohica, Pickney, and Palmer Carr Jr. Third time through the order for Nick Hernandez, who has put together a 2nd consecutive good start. He's at just 66 pitches through 5 and has allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk. He has struck out 3. Mohica, a right-hand batter, 0 for 2. Fly to right on the first, struck out swinging in the third. The pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. We have a winner for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by the Place de Royale Suite Hotel. Congratulations to Bruce Arnott of Winnipeg. You knew that Nat Rush, Mark Hardy, and Justin Garcia, breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-2, were the 3 winning pitchers in the Goldeyes season opening sweep. The Grand Prairie AirHogs to begin 2013. Congratulations, Bruce. Expect a call from the Goldeyes office later this week. You want a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. Fastball high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We also forgot to announce the winner of last night's trivia question. We'll get to that in just a second. Mohica followed by Brandon Pickney and Palmer Carr Jr. in the top of the 6th. A windup and the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up out behind the plate, coming towards the screen. Alan Maskoff hoping for a play, and that'll land a couple of rows back. It's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. A nice snag by a fan further up in the box seats on the ricochet, just below the press box. So it's still 1-2 on Jimmy Mohica. Last night's question was how many total runs scored did the AirHogs put across the plate in the 2013 American Association playoffs? And the correct answer was 0. And congratulations to James Hawley from Waverly Heights. He knew that the AirHogs were shut out in all 3 games last year. It fouled off the hands of Mohica the other way. It'll travel down the right field side. It's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. AirHogs were swept in 3 games, shut out in all 3 by Wichita. Would move on to the American Association Championship Series. So James, also expect a call from the Goldeyes office later on this week. You've also won a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. Another 1-2 to Mohica. Fastball just high and inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jimmy Mohica, the shortstop. Now 3 for 13 this year against left-handed pitchers. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Goldeyes. No runs, 1 hit, And no errors for the AirHogs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive down the right field line, slicing towards the AirHogs bullpen. And that ball is out of play. And one of the AirHogs relievers had a leap out of his folding chair and narrowly avoided getting hit by that foul line drive from Jimmy Mojica. So it's still 2-2. Nick Hernandez has kept the Goldeyes in every start he has made this year. And now for his second straight outing, he has just been terrific. Lefty to righty. Another 2-2 to Mojica. Ground ball to the right side. Right in front of Jake Blackwood. Tough up, but he fields. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Mojica one away to start the top half of the 6th inning. Goldeyes this week is brought to you by Boston Pizza. After the game, you can have any of our more than 100 delicious Boston Pizza menu items delivered to your door. Call 925-4111 or do some finger cooking at bostonpizza.com. This series will wrap up tomorrow morning. An 11 a.m. School Kids Day start Thursday, June 12th against the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Matt Jackson will face Sean Spainhoward, another lefty for the AirHogs. Brandon Pickney takes a changeup on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Pickney is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the first, and then flied out to center field in the top of the third. The Saints are in town for a big series Friday, June 13th. Swing and a miss at a change. It's 0-2. That was a nasty pitch by Hernandez, and Brandon Pickney way in front. That'll be a 7:05 start for Field of Dreams night. The Goldeyes will pay tribute to many of the great charities involved with the Field of Dreams Foundation. Of course, the Goldeyes and their annual golf tournament on Monday. Breaking ball low and inside, 1-2, to help benefit the Field of Dreams Foundation. Josh Mazzola's team winning the golf tournament for a second consecutive year. It's 1 out and nobody out in the top of the 6th. Goldeyes lead by a score of 5-0. The 1-2 from Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Got him on a changeup. Another strikeout for Nick Hernandez. That's 4 tonight and 3 over the last 3 innings. Twice he gets Brandon Pickney to swing and miss at that great changeup low and away. Palmer Carr Jr. has flied out twice to Reggie Abercrombie, and center steps up. Black Saddle will be on the Free Press stage beginning at 6 o'clock on Friday night. Saturday will be a 6:05 start against the St. Paul Saints. The ALS Society of Manitoba will present a live reenactment of the famous speech made by New York Yankees legend Lou Gehrig. Carr takes a changeup outside and low. It's 1-0 strikes. Kraken Foxy will be on the Free Press stage beginning at 5 o'clock on Saturday, and then the series and homestand finishes Sunday, June 15th at 1:30 against the St. Paul Saints. Pitch is swung and lifted in the air to center. Out goes Blackwood. In comes Abercrombie. Still coming on. Reggie makes the catch. Third time against Palmer Carr Jr. and the 6th ball that Abercrombie has caught tonight. And Nick Hernandez has a 1-2-3, top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. Middle of the 6th here in Winnipeg. It's 5-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
Things you'll never hear a Cambrian Credit Union member say.
Oh, I just love paying service fees.
My high mortgage rate is amazing.
Yes, I'll pay $1.50 to use this ATM.
With Cambrian Credit Union's great rates and free banking through the UNFI, Cambrian members won't say these things. With a full range of hassle-free financial services, they're here for Manitobans. Cambrian Credit Union, building strong financial foundations for making dreams come true.
Going on vacation can be exciting.
Woo! Bon voyage, Winnipeg!
But when you're miles away from Winnipeg, the last thing you want to worry about is the security of your home. That's why Commissionaires Manitoba offers a house watch service. They'll do an interior and exterior patrol of your property, bring in your mail, remove snow from your car, even water your plants. Don't leave your house to chance. Leave it to the Commissionaires. Go to commissionaires.mb.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
5-0 Winnipeg, bottom of the 6th. Nick Hernandez with another 0. He set the AirHogs down 1-2-3. He's thrown just 80 pitches over 6 scoreless tonight. Donnie Webb, Josh Mazzola, and Casey Harther 6, 7, and 8-2 up against Brandon Vargas, trying to keep the AirHogs afloat. Donnie Webb switch hitter right-handed, hits one foul the other way, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. Switch hitter from the right side, Webb singled and scored. He started the rally in the 2nd, then flied out to center field in the bottom half of the 3rd. 0-1 on the Goldeyes right fielder. And the pitch by Brandon Vargas. Fastball low and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Finishing up the homestand, 1:30. The Goldeyes take on the Saints on Sunday, June 15th. Cub Bread presents the Father's Day Take Dad Out to the ball game. The 1-1. High and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Young fans can play catch with their dads on the field as well as Goldeyes players. They will also have the opportunity to run the bases following the 1:35 start. Swinging a pop-up right side of the infield. Brandon Pickney coming in along with Andres Rodriguez. Pickney makes the call, and a 2-handed catch to his right, 1 away in the bottom half of the 6th. Pop the Trunk will be on the Free Press stage beginning at 12:30 on Sunday. 5, 9, 14, 16, and $20 tickets for all Goldeyes games are on sale now through Ticketmaster by calling 1-855-GOLDEYE, visiting Ticketmaster.ca, or visiting any Ticketmaster location, including the box office at Shaw Park. Goldeyes this week presented by Boston Pizza. It's 1 out and nobody on in the 6th. Curveball low and inside of Josh Mazzola. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Mazzola 1 for 2, a single and a run scored in the 2nd. He struck out swinging in the 4th. The 1-0 pitch popped him up foul behind the plate. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So Mazzola now 9 for 24 over his last 7 games. 7 runs scored during that stretch. And has caught fire since the end of the series last week in Sioux Falls. He had a solo homer in the finale. That was last Thursday. Swinging a broken bat grounder. It gets by Vargas, rolls towards second base. Taken by Pickney, turns those to first, and it's just in time to get Mazzola. And there's 2 outs. Believe that Vargas touched it, and that'll be a 1-4-3. And it will be scored 1-4-3. Pitcher second to first base. Mazzola looked like he had broken his bat. It was a side spin ground ball that stuck off the glove of Brandon Vargas and then took an odd bounce veering to the right. It was picked up by the second baseman, Brandon Pickney, and they were able to get Mazzola by a half step. So it's 2 outs and nobody on. Here's Casey Harther, 1 for 2, and the big 3-run homer in the bottom half of the 2nd. The first pitch from Vargas, curveball low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Look back again in that bottom of the 2nd inning, and there were 2 strike hits that got Brandon Vargas, the young lefty. Fastball just outside, 2-0. Donnie Webb started it behind in the count, line a single to right center on a 1-2 pitch. Mazzola was 0-2 on a single the other way. The 2-0 to Harther on the outside corner at the knees, 2-1. And Harther would then battle for 9 pitches and hit the 3-run homer on a 3-2 count. Here's the 2-1. Fastball down low, 3 balls and a strike. Since that inning, Vargas has also done a pretty good job to pick up the pace. Nick Hernandez has worked quick throughout the night. He has thrown 6 scoreless to try and send the Goldeyes to another win. The 3-1 pitch. High fly ball towards right field. This is pretty deep. Going back is Sir over by the corner. He's at the wall, and it's gone! Casey Harther with his 2nd home run of the night. An opposite field shot over the right field fence, caught up with the wind blowing in that direction. His 2nd homer of this game, his 3rd of the season, and it's 6-0 Winnipeg in the bottom half of the 6th. Harther has such good power the other way. He got the arms extended. A towering fly ball. It started to slice towards the line over by the 325 marker, and it just cleared. And the Goldeyes lead by half a dozen runs. Here's Ryan Pineda, who takes a breaking ball into the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. That home run brought to you by Home Run Sports. We've got you covered from prospect to pro. And the 2nd homer of the night for Casey Harther. Check swing and a breaking ball. Appeal at first, and Hank Lemoyne says that Pineda went around. It's 0-2. Congratulations to Andrew Henry. Andrew stopped by Home Run Sports to receive your $20 gift card Goldeyes fans can enter to win all season long by visiting Home Run Sports, located in Bishop Grandin, 1 block west of La Jamodier. Home Run Sports. Get ready for your game. Pineda takes a changeup down low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Casey Harther having a monster series. 4 hits last night, including his first homer of the year. And now a 2-homer, 4 RBI night in the middle game of this series. And it is the first multi-home run game for a Goldeyes player this year. 1-2 pitch, fastball, a little bit high and inside. Pineda turned out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Harther now up to 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. 6-0 Goldeyes, bottom half of the 6th. Bases are empty with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, check swing, fastball low. Now they want a late appeal, and they say he went around. Looked like Pineda checked his swing. Hank Lemoyne for a second time in the at-bat brings up Ryan Pineda, and Brandon Vargas will get credit for his 7th strikeout tonight. But not before Casey Harther. It's his 2nd home run. There was 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on base, and at the end of 6 at Shaw Park, it's 6-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
You had a long night, and you're hardly awake. You need breakfast, but it's 11 o'clock. Does that even matter? Why eat somewhere that tells you you can't have what you want when you want it? Just go to Robin's anytime for their breckwich, made with everything you want, like egg, tantalizing ham, perfect bacon, delicious sausage, and of course melt-in-your-mouth cheese that you can enjoy on a croissant bun, wrap, or bagel. Served all day.
Only from your hometown hero, Robin's. Fast, fresh, and friendly.
The Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation supports children's charities in Manitoba. I'm Tony Fletcher, Foundation President, urging you to get involved with the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program by pledging a dollar amount per Goldeyes strikeout. Or show your support by picking up a Goldeyes license plate from your local auto pack dealer. The foundation receives $30 from each one sold. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation has donated more than $1.6 million to children's charities since 1995.
It's the windup, and here's the pitch. Right in the mouth.
I think he lost a tooth there.
Sure looks that way. I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross. Big dental bill there.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover ambulance rides, dental care, or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 7th at Shaw Park. Winnipeg now in front by a score of 6-0. Thanks to another home run from Casey Harther. This one an opposite field shot just over the right field fence and just inside the right field foul pole. So the Goldeyes lead 6-0 in support of Nick Hernandez, who'll face 4, 5, and 6 here in the 7th. Botts, Rodriguez, and DeFazio. Switch hitter from the right side, and Jason Botts takes a fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Hernandez has given up just an infield single and a walk. And the only other Grand Prairie base runner, that was Brandon Pickney, reached on an error in the top half of the first. Swing and a miss. Nasty changeup outside, and it's 0-2. Hernandez has struck out 4 in tonight's contest. He's been helped out by 6 putouts from Reggie Abercrombie in center field. And that changeup has just been a devastating weapon against these right-hand bats. Hernandez to the windup. And the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. May have been a little bit off the plate, but an awfully close pitch to take there with an 0-2 count. Botts bounced into a fielder's choice, then into the first. Flied out to center field in the top of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive the other way down the right field line. That'll drop in for a base hit. Donnie Webb to his left to cut it off. And a good piece of hitting by Jason Botts behind on the count. Stayed back, and another changeup from Nick Hernandez. And has such great power. That was not a hard swing by any means, and he still lines that a good 3/4 of the way down the right field line. Botts, just a behemoth of a human being, 6'6", 255 pounds, all muscle. And he has only the 2nd hit of the ball game for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. So the leadoff man on for only his 2nd time tonight. Andres Rodriguez at the plate, 0 for 2. He's grounded a 3rd and struck out swinging. Hernandez out of the stretch, something he hasn't to do much of tonight. Hit in the air to deep left field. Back goes Sadler, over by the track, still going over, reaches, and he makes the catch over the shoulder. Botts hustling back to first, and it'll get there without a throw from Tyler Kuhn. Great running catch by Ray Sadler. On a different night, that ball might go out, but the wind is blowing from left across to right. May have kept it in the park. Ray Sadler sprinting back, still has great wheels at 33 years old, and with his back almost directly towards home plate, caught that with two hands over the shoulder to take away an extra base hit. Great catch by Ray Sadler. Rodriguez retired. Botts is still on first, and now Vince DeFazio steps to the plate. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in this inning, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. Vince DeFazio has fly to center and struck out. And the pitch, fastball high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The Explorers win the opener of the doubleheader against the Gary South Shore Railcats 4-0 in 11 innings. Again, that was a scheduled 7-inning contest in Gary, Indiana. Botts on first and 1 away. Change up on the outside half of the knees, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. The nightcap is delayed due to rain. They've had some rough weather around all the regions in the American Association the last week. There have been a number of cancellations. Just last week, there were 3 doubleheaders played in one day, including the Goldeyes, the 1-1. Broken bat looper, shallow right. That's going to be over the reach of Blackwood and in front of Donnie Webb. Vince DeFazio, a broken bat single to shallow right. And for the first time in the game, the AirHogs not only have a runner past first, but they have multiple runners on base. And it's first and second, 1 man down. Hernandez still has a very low pitch count. He's only an 88 through 6 1/3. It's Botts on second, DeFazio on first and 1 down. Michael Hurst stepping to the plate 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Lincoln leads Fargo Moorhead 2-1. They're in the top of the third at Newman Outdoor Field in Fargo, North Dakota. Wichita has tied things up in Kansas City. That score tied at 2. In the top of the 8th at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Kansas. Laredo trying to make it 3 straight over the Amarillo Sox. They lead 7-5 in the bottom half of the 5th at Amarillo National Bank Sox Stadium. Swing and a miss at a changeup off the plate, and it's 0-1 and Michael Herb. The Saints have gone in front of the Sioux Falls Canaries 5-4. That game is in the top of the 6th at Midway Stadium in Minnesota. And here at Shaw Park in Winnipeg, it's the Goldeyes 6 and the AirHogs 0. The 0-1 pitch, fastball just inside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. For the first time tonight, Winnipeg gets action in their bullpen. Kaoi Dowding, the right-hander, is warming up down the left field line. On deck, Eric Baker, a right-hand batter. 2 on and 1 down, top of the 7th. Goldeyes leading by 6. The pitch, fastball low, and good job by Allen to get his glove on it. He keeps it around the plate. No advance by the runners. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. Hernandez could escape the inning in a double play. Both teams did a good job turning double plays in the ground last night. Outfield medium depth and straight away against the right-hand batting Michael Herb. The pitch, swinging a high fly towards right center. Going back, Donnie Webb has it lined up in front of the warning track. Webb makes the catch, and the runner is sold. So Herb got the arms extended. That ball didn't carry quite as much as the home run from Casey Harther in the last half inning. So now there's 2 men down. Hernandez right around 90 pitches. Rick Forney is going to come out with Eric Baker, the center fielder. A right-hand batter scheduled to hit. We'll see if Forney gives Hernandez the opportunity to get through 7 or if he will call in Kaoi Dowding. Either way, it has been a great outing for the lefty Nick Hernandez, 25 years old, with a chance to get a 2nd win of the season against no losses. Forney continues to talk with Hernandez along with Luis Allen and the rest of the infielders, and Forney will make the call, and Nick Hernandez will exit to a rousing ovation here at Shaw Park. Six 2/3 scoreless for Nick Hernandez. He's got a chance to get a win. We'll tell you more about the new pitcher after this on Jewel 101.
Go to bostonpizza.com and finger cook a meal the whole family will love. Don't waste your precious time cooking when you don't have to. We know you've got more important things to do, like watching sports highlights, stopping your kids from bumping into stuff, or simply taking a break from napping. And with over 100 menu items to choose from, everyone can get exactly what they want. To order, call 925-4111 or finger cook today at bostonpizza.com.
CIBC and the Winnipeg Goldeyes have partnered to fight cancer. On Sunday, October 5th, CIBC and Goldeyes employees, friends, and family will be running in communities across Canada for a future without breast cancer. Shaw Park, the home of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, will be your local run site for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation CIBC Run for the Cure. For more information, to register to run or make a donation, go to CIBC.com. Let's run for a future without breast cancer. Join in Sunday, October 5th at Shaw Park.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Right-hander Coyote Downing comes out of the bullpen in relief of Nick Hernandez, who was outstanding tonight. 6 2/3 scoreless. He allowed just 3 base hits, walked 1, and struck out 4, and he's got a good chance to get a win with the Goldeyes leading 6-0 in the top half of the 7th. Downing makes his 6th appearance since coming back to the Goldeyes and his 10th overall this year, combined with Winnipeg and Sioux Falls. He's 1-1, an ERA of 4.36, 10 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 200 against Coyote Downing. In his 3rd season with the Winnipeg Goldeyes, part of the championship run in 2012. Downing 5'11", 189 pounds, a 28-year-old right-hander from Honolulu, Hawaii. Downing, a former San Francisco Giants farmhand, and he last pitched on Saturday against the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks, struck out the only batter he faced, and that was the final out in the bottom half of the 8th. Goldeyes would ultimately fall in that game 4-2 despite putting a rally together against Redhawks closer Nate Garcia. Here it's 2-on and 2-out with Eric Baker, a right-hand batter at the plate. The pitch, fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Baker, the only AirHogs player to reach twice against Nick Hernandez, an infield single in the 3rd, and a play in which he may have been out at first base. Josh Mazzola made a good throw, and Casey Harther had a nice scoop on the one-hop throw. Then he walked in the top of the 5th. He swings and fouls one straight back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hernandez threw 92 pitches in his 6 2/3 innings, matching his season high, which was set last Thursday in his great effort against the Sioux Falls Canaries. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Botts on second, DeFazio on first and 2 outs. Outfield a step shallow and a step to left. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Downing threw a fastball right by Eric Baker, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Hernandez continues to get better and better as this season moves along. The minor adjustments that he and Jamie Vermillion worked on prior to the start last Thursday worked once again, and that changeup was as good as we have seen it this year. Tonight was Hernandez's 5th start of 2014. Grand Prairie's got a righty warming up now. The 1-2 pitch. Slider just outside, and it's 2-2. That is a tough pitch to lay off. A late, sharp-breaking slider from Coyote Downing. It was a little bit off the plate, but Eric Baker, that's some incredible patience right there by the true rookie center fielder. That was no more than an inch or 2 off the plate outside. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Downing above the belt, and the pitch, fastball down low. 3-2, and that'll give the runners the automatic start. Righty warming up in the AirHogs bullpen. Brandon Vargas likely finished. He's at 113 pitches through 6. And he is on the hook for all 6 Goldeyes runs. Botts on second. DeFazio on first, set to take off. Downing brings the hands together. The runners go. And the 3-2 pitch. Hit foul off to the right side. Late swing and a fastball by Baker. And it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes. During his senior year at Rogers State last year, a teammate of both Brandon Vargas and Sean Spainhauer, Eric Baker hit .327 in 50 games with no homers and 16 runs batted in. The year prior, he helped Rogers State get to the NAIA World Series. A college conference now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Line drive, shallow left. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Botts is going to be waved to the plate. Sadler up with the ball, will not make a throw. And the AirHogs will score their first run of the night. It's now 6-1 on the 2-out RBI single to left from Eric Baker. So Baker on base for a 3rd time. He'll get credit for his 8th run batted in of the year. Downing came in with a fastball. Pretty good location. Baker kind of muscled it just beyond the reach of the shortstop, Tyler Kuhn. And Botts able to lumber home with the AirHogs' first run. DeFazio goes first to 3rd base. So that run will be charged to Nick Hernandez. He is still responsible for Vince DeFazio on third. A 2-out RBI single. Now Matthew Burns stepping up 0 for 2. About to say, of course, the NAIA is where the University of Winnipeg Westmen will be playing as soon as 2015. Certainly a great honor. They will at least be an independent school and a chance they can get into the North Star Conference. Fastball, let her high on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Goldeyes play the Westmen and begin their spring training schedule for a third straight year. And that was certainly great news for the program and head coach Mike Krakowicz, gaining admission into the NAIA. Burns a right-hand batter, runners lead first and third. Downing delivers, check swing, went around on a high fastball. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Downing with some of the best stuff in the American Association in terms of relief pitchers. A good hard fastball and that sharp breaking slider. On third, Vince DeFazio. Eric Baker has some speedies on first. 6-1 Goldeyes, top of the 7th inning. Now Downing comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped him up. Behind the plate, Luis Allen sheds the mask. Coming by the screen, Allen makes the catch, and the inning is over. Luis Allen catches the foul pop-up. The AirHogs get 1. There were 3 hits and 2 left on. It's time to stretch at Shaw Park. Goldeyes lead 6-1 on Jewel 101.
My son loves hockey, but after a body check last season, I didn't think he would play. He slid hard into the boards. I was worried. We went to our family chiropractor. He set up a treatment plan, and his care was partly covered by Manitoba Health. Now, my son's back on the ice playing and enjoying every minute, even the practices. Thanks to our chiropractor for making life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 7th inning at Shaw Park. The Winnipeg Goldeyes lead the Grand Prairie AirHogs by a score of 6-1. Nick Hernandez, the line now closed. He goes 6 2/3. He allows 1 earned run and just 3 hits. Walked 1, struck out 4 through 92 pitches. He's got a chance to get a win. Kyoe Downing retired. Matthew Burns in the foul pop-up caught by Luis Allen to finish up the top of the 7th. And now Brian Meyer filling in for Ricky Van Asselberg. We'll go to the bullpen for the first time tonight. Brandon Vargas finished after 6 innings, allowing 6 earned runs on 9 base hits. Didn't walk a batter, and he did strike out 7 despite giving up 6 runs on 9 base hits. Vargas threw 113 pitches. And now the Grand Prairie AirHogs will bring on a new pitcher here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And it appears to be starting pitcher Aaron Wilkerson, who's in his 2nd year with the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Grand Prairie does have a depleted relief corps. Not all of their bullpen was able to make the trip here to Grand Prairie. And I do believe it's Wilkerson on the mound wearing number 18. Wilkerson last pitched on Sunday. He threw a complete game shutout in the opener of a doubleheader against Wichita at Quick Trip Park. He's been one of the few consistent starting pitchers. And we take that back. It is not Aaron Wilkerson. It is Brett Wallach wearing number 10. He will make his AirHogs debut. Wallach was signed along with Ben Whitmore prior to last night's game. And like the lefty Ben Whitmore, Brett Wallach has not pitched since the 2012 season when he was in the Chicago Cubs organization. So he'll face the top third of the lineup, Tyler Kuhn, Jake Blackwood, and Ray Sadler. Kuhn is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and 2 runs scored. The first pitch, a cutter over the inside half of the plate, and the count is 0-1. So Tyler Kuhn with his 13th multi-hit game of the season. Both times he has singled, he's been driven home by a double from Jake Blackwood. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses just outside, 1-1. Goldeyes 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The AirHogs 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. Quick turnaround tomorrow, 11:05 a.m. Matt Jackson takes on left-hander Sean Spainhoward. The lineup for the righty in the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball in. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So right-hander Brett Wallach on the mound, last pitched in 2012, got into 7 games for the Daytona Cubs in the High A Florida State League. The 1-2 pitch to Kuhn way inside, almost clipped his shoe top, and Kuhn was just able to hop out of the way. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wallach was originally drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers, a 3rd-round pick in 2009. He is the son of former Montreal Expos great Tim Wallach. Longtime third baseman for the Expos, had some great years in the 1980s. 2-2 pitch, ground ball to the right side, right in front of Pickney, the second baseman. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Kuhn. 1 man down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Jake Blackwood, who's been perfect tonight. 3 for 3, a single and 2 doubles. Each of the doubles has produced a run. Blackwood is now at safely in 22 of 26 games this year. And he has reached with a hit walk or hit by a pitch in 25 of 26. The only game this year in which Blackwood did not reach, it was the home opener on May 26th against the Sioux City Explorers. Other than that, he has been on base at least once in every other game. A right-hand bat, 1 out, nobody on. Breaking ball stays high and inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Blackwood now has 19 runs batted in, which leads the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Ray Sadler, another right-hand batter waiting on deck. Brett Wallach going from a windup. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken high and inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Brett Wallach, 6'5", 205 pounds. A 26-year-old right-hander originally from Anaheim, California. This is his 5th year of professional baseball. The 2-0 pitch. Cutter on the outside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Wallach last pitching in 2012, a career 5.23 ERA, mostly as a starting pitcher, 69 career appearances, 57 in the rotation. Swinging a ground ball out towards short, right in front of Mojica Fields. Mojica throws across to first. It's in time to get Jake Blackwood. A couple of ground ball outs, and Wallach, having not pitched in a couple of seasons, showing off a good cut fastball here in the bottom half of the 7th, taking over for Brandon Vargas. Wallach began his career in the Dodgers organization in 2009. Would move over to the Cubs the following season and twice reached the high A level with Daytona. 2 outs, nobody on base. Ray Sadler 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to third. The first pitch, swinging a line shot towards left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Sadler reached over and was able to pull that fastball to left field. His first hit of the night. He was robbed his last time up. Remember, Matthew Burns made that great diving play to his left. And here, Sadler able to come up with a base hit, and that prevents Brett Wallach from producing a 1-2-3 inning. Luis Allen stepping to the plate, looking to extend that hitting streak to 10 games in a row. Tonight 0 for 3, he's popped to second and twice popped out to short. Enter the night 12th in the league in batting at .338. Quick toss to first, and Sadler had barely started his lead, gets back standing up. The AirHogs have another right-hander warming up. Winnipeg 6, Grand Prairie 1 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Time call for Sadler trying to restretch his legs. Was caught a little bit off guard by that quick pickoff attempt by Brett Wallach. He works off the first base side of the rubber, set near the belt, breaking ball on the outside corner at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Wallach with good stuff. He's averaged 8.5 strikeouts per 9 innings over the first 4 years of his career. He has 2 brothers tossed to first, and Sadler again is back standing up. Both Matt and Chad Wallach have had experience in professional baseball, and all 3 of the sons of Tim Wallach, longtime Major League third baseman. The 0-1 pitch. Cutter taken low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Winnipeg has led since the bottom half of the first inning. It took until the bottom of the 8th last night before the Goldeyes got their first lead, and that was on the solo shot from Casey Harther. The AirHogs tied it in the top of the ninth before Harther would win it in the bottom half. 1-1 on Luis Allen. Now the pitch. Fastball catches the inside corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Goldeyes on the Jake Blackwood RBI double in the bottom of the first. They have led ever since. They padded the lead when Harther went deep again in the second, a 3-run homer. Blackwood would double in the 5th to make it 5-0. And then Harther slugged a second homer of this ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Runner goes off first, pitch way inside, that it hit him, and it looks like it hit Luis Allen, caught the back pant leg, and that'll put runners on first and second base. Ray Sadler took off, and he's going to get second base automatically. And Luis Allen may or may not get another chance here to extend that hitting streak to 10 in a row. So Allen is grazed by that pitch from Brett Wallach, who came in. Now it's 2 on and 2 out. And Reggie Abercrombie will step to the plate. Abercrombie 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded out to third. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the AirHogs. Grand Prairie's only run came at the top of this inning. A 2-out RBI single to left from the center fielder Eric Baker. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. And Wallach delivers. Cutter hit foul the other way, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. Reggie Abercrombie with a 6-game hitting streak. Came in batting .253. He has 4 homers, tied for 6th most in the American Association. So Brandon Vargas on the hook. 6 runs, all earned. 9 base hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts, throwing 113 pitches. The 0-1 fastball on the outside half of the knees, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Wallach drafted by the Dodgers in 2009 out of Orange Coast College, a junior college in Costa Mesa, California, and began his pro career at the age of 20. On second is Ray Sadler. Luis Allen is on first. The outfield deep and straight away. The 0-2 to Abercrombie. Check swing and a breaking ball outside. The appeal at first, and no go, says Hank Lemoyne. Now this time Winnipeg able to get the call from Hank Lemoyne. Of course, a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame. We had him on the air during the last homestand. Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame celebrating their annual induction dinner last weekend. Goldeyes owner and president Sam Cates among the many that were honored last weekend. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Reggie Abercrombie. Wallach delivers, swing and a miss, got him on a cutter, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on base. 7 in the books here at Shaw Park. It's 6-1, Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Summer in Manitoba sizzles all over the place, from our great beaches to our great ballpark, and especially at Goldeyes Grill, where they sizzle up some of the best hot dogs you've ever tasted. Diamond Dogs, the official hot dog of the Goldeyes, custom made by Winkler Meats. Diamond Dogs are naturally smoked, gluten and allergen-free, and made with quality ingredients that deliver full flavor every bite. Try them in the game or pick them up at your local grocer. Diamond Dogs from Winkler Meats. Product quality is their tradition.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
You have a mission. Make summer yours. Master the lawn, own the barbecue, and make the yard into your own private kingdom. And you'll find everything you need to complete this mission at Rona, your destination for all home improvement and renovation needs. Building materials, barbecues, lawnmowers, patio furniture. The only thing you need is imagination and a little know-how. And if you need help in that department, the experts at Rona are available to give you the best tips on your home improvement projects. Rona Home and Garden. What's your next project? Visit Rona.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 8th at Shaw Park, Winnipeg in front of the AirHogs by a score of 6-1. Goldeyes trying to improve to 17-9. Quick check on the score in Fargo. Lincoln leads 2-1 there in the top of the 4th at Newman Outdoor Field. Remember, that game was delayed due to rain. If the Goldeyes can win tonight, and the Redhawks do not come back against Lincoln, at the very least, the Goldeyes would take over sole possession second place in the American Association North. St. Paul leads Sioux Falls 5-4. That game in the bottom of the 7th at Midway Stadium. The Goldeyes, they'll get a shot at the Saints this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be the first of 4 series between the two clubs this year, 3 of which will be here at Shaw Park. Top third due up for the AirHogs, Jimmy Mojica, Brandon Pickney, and Palmer Carr Jr. against right-hander Kiowa Downing, who got the final out in relief of Nick Hernandez in the top half of the 7th. Retta Wallach got around a couple of base runners in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The first pitch, fastball taken outside on the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Mojica is 0 for 3, he's fly to right, struck out swinging, and grounded out to second base. Came in batting .250 on the year and facing a right-hand pitcher for the first time tonight. The starters are still the pitchers of record. Nick Hernandez right now on the long end. Brandon Vargas is on the short end. Fastball on the inside half at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow morning at 11:05, Matt Jackson will look for his 4th win of the year. He'll take on young left-hander Sean Spainhoward, who has been solid this season for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Outside and low with a slider, it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. On Friday against the Saints, Kyle Anderson will make the start. Still leads the league in ERA beginning tonight at 0.91. He'll face a former top prospect of the Tampa Bay Rays organization, right-hander Nick Barnesi. The 2-1 to Mojica. Swinging a high fly ball deep down the left field line, hooking towards the corner. That's going to drop in, fair for an extra base hit. Sadler plays it off the bottom of the fence. Mojica digging for second, and he gets there standing up. Jimmy Mojica rips a double down the left field line. And the AirHogs have a runner on second and nobody out to start the top half of the 8th. Brandon Pickney stepping up 0 for 3. Pickney has struck out swinging, flying to center, and he reached on an error charge to Josh Mazzola in the top half of the 1st inning. It was then later erased on a forced play. So Pickney, a right-hand batter with a big night in the opener of this series, collecting 3 hits, including a double and a run batted in. He also drew a couple of walks, contributed to the game-tying rally in the top of the 9th inning. The first pitch, fastball on the outside half, no balls and 1 strike. On Saturday, Chandler Barnard will make his 2nd start. He got the victory in his Goldeyes debut Sunday in Fargo. He'll face right-hander Jeff Shields, who's having a good year. And then a great pitching matchup set up for Sunday afternoon. The 0-1. Hit on the ground on the right side. To his left, Blackwoody fields. Tossed to first. It's in time to get Brandon Pickney. And there's 1 away in the 8th. Jimmy Mojica crosses from 2nd to 3rd. Now the AirHogs have an opportunity to cut into the lead a little bit more. The Goldeyes lead 6-1 here in the top of the 8th. They have Mojica on 3rd and 1 down with a power hitter stepping up in Palmer Carr Jr. Tonight he's 0 for 3. And he's had 3 fly balls caught by Reggie Abercrombie in center field. On Sunday against the Saints, Chris Alameda will take them out against right-hander Anthony Claggett, who has really developed into one of the top starters in the league over the last 2 seasons. The first pitch by Downing. It's a fastball down the middle at the knees for a strike, going 1. Brendan Lafferty, the left-hander, is warming up with an eye towards Jason Botts, who is on deck. Infield is back with a 5-run lead. Outfield deep and a step to left against Palmer Carr Jr. and a 2-run home run last night. The 0-1 pitch. Slider hit in the air down the right field line. This ball slicing over by the grass berm, and it's out of play beyond the reach of Donnie Webb. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Winnipeg 4-0 lifetime now against the AirHogs following last night's win. As you'd imagine, with the 2 teams so far apart, they have not really played much over the last 3+ seasons. 0-2 on Palmer Carr Jr. Downing from the stretch. Fastball runs outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So that should be a fun pitching matchup Sunday. Really should be a fun series throughout this weekend. And when it's finished up, the Goldeyes will go on their 2nd 10-game road trip of 2014. It'll be out east against the Can-Am League. The 1-2 pitch. Slider low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The trip will begin against the New Jersey Jackals on Tuesday night. Winnipeg will then take on Trois-Rivières, and the trip finishes against the Quebec Capitals. It'll be the 2nd straight year the Goldeyes will end up making both a Texas trip and a Can-Am League trip. 6-1 Winnipeg, top of the 8th. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him on a slider, and there's 2 outs. Big strikeout for Kiowa Downing. Now has a chance to get out of the inning. Sacrifice fly out of order. Jason Bott stepping to the plate. Brendan Lafferty appears ready if needed. Jason Botts, a switch hitter. Right now will stand in for the left side of the plate. So a runner on third and 2 outs. Botts 1 for 3, single leading off the 7th. Mentioned at the time, saw the strength from Jason Botts. He really took a softer swing, at least by his own standards. Stayed back in a changeup from Nick Hernandez, and it still hit the ball a ways down the right field line. Fastball low and inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. One interesting note, we mentioned that Frazier Hall was originally in the lineup, the only left-handed bat for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. He was a late scratch about 45 minutes or so before tonight's first pitch. Botts an open stance from the left, and the 1-0. Check swing, and he went around, got tied up with a good fastball underneath the arms. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Not sure if that was related to any form of injury, and if so, we hope that Frazier Hall is okay, but certainly the possibility that was a matter of the AirHogs wanting to take out the lone left-hand bat and stack their lineup with righties, but in the end, that was a good matchup for Hernandez with that great changeup, which moved down and away from the right-hand bats. That's taken low and outside. A fastball from Downing. 2-1 now on Jason Botts, who has hit 4 home runs this year, tied for 6th in the American Association. He has driven in 12 over his first 25 games. And with a single in the 7th, he's now at safely in 6 in a row. Runner on third and 2 outs. The 2-1 from Downing. Swinging a ground ball foul beyond the plate. And Downing evens the count at 2-2. Andres Rodriguez waits on deck. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the AirHogs. See if a new pitcher comes into the ball game. The AirHogs have had another righty warming for the last inning or so. Brett Wallach, in his first appearance since 2012, pitched well in the bottom half of the 7th. 2-2 on the DH, Jason Botts. The pitch high and inside of the fastball. Botts leaned back just a bit, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Botts with home runs against several notable major leaguers. He has gone deep in a major league game against Jeff Weaver, John Lester, Francisco Rodriguez, J.J. Putz, and Rich Harden. It's a very nice resume, spending parts of 4 years in the bigs. The 3-2 pitch, hit in the air towards the gap in left center, coming on Ray Sadler, still coming on, reaches, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Second great catch by Ray Sadler tonight. An opposite field swing by Jason Botts. Sadler charged in into his left, corralled that just beneath his chest, and Kiowa Downing strands a runner 90 feet from home plate. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. Middle of the 8th at Shaw Park. It's 6-1 Goldeyes in Jewel 101.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com.
I've always been active, but when I started putting on weight and feeling tired and even avoiding family activities, no one could tell me what was wrong. I was concerned. A friend suggested I see his chiropractor. She developed a plan that involved changes in what I was eating, lifestyle, exercise, and spinal health. Seeing me more active, the rest of my family have started their own plan. Thanks to my chiropractor for making my life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
Honey, where should I put this?
In the basement.
I don't think there's any room.
Sound familiar? If your home or garage has accumulated more than it can hold, let BFI Canada help. Rent a temporary bin from BFI for a day, a week, or longer. Too much stuff? Then call the Blue. Call BFI Canada to schedule your delivery today. BFI Canada, a Progressive Waste Solutions company.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 8th at Shaw Park. Goldeyes leading by a score of 6-1. New pitcher in the game for Grand Prairie, big right-hander Dakota Watts. The AirHogs closer will take over for Brett Wallach, who threw up a 0 in his first appearance since 2012. This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Watts has been one of the best closers in the league. The AirHogs have had a tough time getting the ball to him with the lead. over the last week or so, Grand Prairie has lost 6 of 8 coming into tonight, but Watts has been outstanding. 12 appearances, 0-0 with 6 saves, an ERA of 1.20, 15 innings pitched, 16 hits, only 4 walks, 13 strikeouts. Opponents batting .276 against the big righty Dakota Watts. His 6 saves are tied for 3rd in the American Association. Webb, Mazzola, and Harther 6, 7, and 8-2 up. Watts out of the stretch. And the first pitch, a splitter taken low and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Dakota Watts, 6'5", 200 pounds even, a 26-year-old right-hander, originally from Oroville, California. He's in his 6th year of professional baseball. The 1-0 pitch to Webb. That's on the outside corner at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Donnie Webb batting left-handed for the first time tonight, the switch hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, a fly out to center, and a pop out to second base. Goldeyes lead 6-1, bottom of the 8th. 3 defensive outs away from taking the first 2 games of the series. Webb smacks one down the left field line. Carr moving over. That drops in foul. A couple feet to the left of the line. That was well out of the reach of Palmer Carr Jr. And Donnie Webb falling a couple feet shy of an extra base hit. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Webb came in at .287 with 2 homers and 14 runs batted in. And he's now at safely in 18 of 25 games played this season. Brett Wallach, the final line, 1 scoreless inning, a hit, no walks, 1 strikeout, hit a batter, and threw 18 pitches. And the AirHogs hoping that Wallach, along with Ben Whitmore, the lefty who worked last night, can become factors late in games through the remainder of the year. Changeup high and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dakota Lewis Watts from Oroville, California, drafted by the Twins in 2009, a 16th round pick, has been assigned the AA level, and that was as recently as last year with New Britain in the Eastern League. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball taken low, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. His out pitch is a split-fingered fastball. He'll go to that early and often. You imagine the AirHogs would prefer not to have to use Watts in this situation, but one again, he hasn't worked particularly much over the last week. The 3-2 to Webb, and it's high and outside, ball 4. So Donnie Webb draws a leadoff walk. And again, the AirHogs not playing with a full roster for this series, so maybe out of necessity more than anything else to bring in Watts. And what this does for the Goldeyes is it gives them a free look, a situation where they already have a 6-1 lead, where they get to see Dakota Watts in that split finger, which could help them out in case they have to face Watts trailing by a run or 2 late tomorrow morning. So Donnie Webb is on first. He's held by Andres Rodriguez. Josh Mazzola's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Right-hand batter with a wide open stance. Winnipeg has scored in 4 different innings tonight. Watts below the belt, and the pitch hit foul the other way, and the count is no balls and a 1 strike. Last year, Watts pitched for AA New Britain and High A Fort Myers, combined to make 35 appearances. He went 4-1 with 8 saves, all in relief, and at an ERA of 2.72. He has 40 career saves and a lifetime 3.71 earned run average in 6 professional seasons. He's averaged 8.2 strikeouts per 9, has had control problems at times. A career average of 4.5 walks per 9 innings. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Watts comes set extreme first base side of the rubber. And the 0-1 pitch hit foul beyond the plate. Mazzola a little bit behind, and the count is 0-2. Watts played his college baseball at Cal State Stanislaus in 2009 before getting drafted by the Minnesota Twins. It was a sign of the Arizona Fall League where many of the top prospects go. That was as recently as 2011. He had 9 strikeouts in 14 1/3 Arizona Fall League innings. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 8th. Watts with the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high and outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. In addition to getting the free look here at Dakota Watts, Goldeyes also have the opportunity to maybe drive up his pitch count and decrease his potential effectiveness in a save situation tomorrow. Webb walked in a full count. 1-2 here on Mazzola. And the right-hander deals. Webb takes off, swinging a ground ball, foul just outside of third base. So it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Donnie Webb will head back to first. Good idea by Donnie Webb, expecting that Watts might throw that splitter on a 1-2 count. That's a tough pitch to handle in terms of trying to throw out a base runner at second. And Mazzola ends up fouling it down the third base line. We'll do it again at 1-2 with Casey Harther having a monster night and a monster series waits on deck. Goldeyes have out-hit the AirHogs 10-5, and they lead by 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Not running this time. Fastball just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is a great take by Josh Mazzola. That pitch just an inch or so off the plate away. And Mazzola, with what hitting coaches or managers will refer to as a quiet take. Sign of a guy who knows what he wants to swing at and doesn't want to swing at. And Mazzola's been locked in here for about a week. 2-2 on the Goldeyes third baseman. The pitch, swinging a line drive towards right field. Moving back is Michael Harther. Still going back, and it's over his head, and it's going to bounce towards the fence. Donnie Webb on his way to third. He's held up by Rick Forney, and Mazzola pulls it at second with an opposite field double. Good swing by Josh Mazzola, was able to reach down to that split-fingered fastball. He drove it to right, and the wind carried it over the head of the right fielder, Michael Harther. So the Goldeyes have second and third and no one down, and a chance to increase their 6-1 lead. Webb to make sure that ball wasn't caught. Looked like Harther may have had a chance up until the last second when it bounced over his head. So now Donnie Webb is on third, Josh Mazzola is on second, and Casey Harther 2 for 3 with a pair of home run steps to the plate. He had a 3-run shot in the second and a solo shot the other way in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-homer, 4 RBI night, the first multi-homer game of the year for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. The first pitch, fastball, on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Harther, going back to last night, is now with 3 home runs in his last 5 at-bats. And for the last 5, he has driven in a run. Runners take their leads. Second and third base. The 0-1 pitch, hit foul off to the right side, tipped a splitter. And the count is 0-2 on Casey Harther, who now has 11 runs batted in this season. A lifetime .296 hitter with runners in scoring position. It's 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Goldeyes, 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. Dakota Watts, one of many large-bodied players on this AirHogs roster, trying to work out of a jam. The 0-2 to Harther. Line the other way, foul. That'll find its way into the seats. And again, for the second time tonight, we hope that everybody's okay. Casey Harther trying to hit to the opposite field with a 2-strike count. It was a bit behind on that good fastball up and in from Dakota Watts. Harther, fun to watch hit. As one of the prettiest swings you'll find from a right-handed batter. He can pull the ball with great power to left, but he knows how to inside out the ball in the right situation as well. Another 0-2 pitch. Line the other way, foul. You can see that inside-out approach by Casey Harther. It's still 0-2. Goldeyes up by 5 in the bottom of the 8th. In the 9th inning, the AirHogs will send up 5, 6, and 7. Andres Rodriguez, Vince DeFazio, and Michael Harther. Webb on third, Mazzola on second. Now Watts brings the hands to the belt. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, line the other way. That's a base hit in the right field. Webb will score. Mazzola stopped at third. Go to the plate by Michael Harther, cut off by Andres Rodriguez. Casey Harther with an RBI single to right field has stretched the lead to 7-1. His 5th RBI of the night. And the Goldeyes have first and third and still nobody out here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. What a night for Casey Harther. What a series for Casey Harther. Tonight, 3 for 4 with 2 homers and now 5 runs batted in. And including last night, Harther now 7 for 9, pardon me, in this series with 7 runs batted in and 3 homers. So here comes Ryan Pineda, 0 for 3 tonight. And a couple of strikeouts and a ground out just short. And Dakota Watts laboring. Nobody warms up behind him. Fastball on the outside corner at the knees. And the count is 0-1. If the Goldeyes can continue to drive up Watts' pitch count, then his status in general for tomorrow might be in question if the AirHogs were to build a lead late in the game. 0-1 on the right-hand batter. Pineda swings. He lines this one towards right field. Moving over her, reaches, and this one he corrals. Tagging at third is Mazzola. Mazzola comes in to score. A sacrifice fly to run batted in for Ryan Pineda. And Winnipeg now leads 8-1 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Goldeyes almost had another extra base hit. Carry over the head of Michael Harther in right field. A great opposite field swing by Ryan Pineda. And Winnipeg has added 2 more runs in their half of the 8th. Casey Harther stays at first. For Ryan Pineda, his 12th RBI of the year. And for Pineda, his 4th sacrifice fly. That's tied for the most in the American Association. Back to the top of the order for Tyler Kuhn, who's 2 for 4 with a pair of runs scored tonight. Casey Harther is on first with 1 man down. Kuhn a left-hand bat, splitter taken low and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And at least as far as the right-hand bats were concerned, Mazzola, Harther, and Pineda, it seems like they had a good plan against Dakota Watts with a good fastball splitter combination. They all look to hit the ball to right field. Tyler Kuhn a slightly open stance. Watts delivers. Fastball letter high in the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Pineda comes through with a sac fly to right field, and Winnipeg with a 7-run lead in the last of the 8th inning. Outfield deep and straight away against Tyler Kuhn. Watts holding the set below the belt, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken high. It's now 2 balls and a strike. That was the 22nd pitch of the inning thrown by Dakota Watts. And barring a double play, there's a decent chance he might reach 30 in this inning. And what is very much a non-save situation. Brendan Lafferty had been warming up earlier. It looks like a different right-hander will warm up now for the Goldeyes. I believe it's Jeffrey Stoner. Kuhn swings and loops this one foul over the screen to the left. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lafferty had been warming up perhaps with an eye towards Jason Botts in the top of this frame, but Kyoe Downing was able to retire Botts himself and strand a runner on third. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Goldeyes lead 8-1. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball taken high and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So another deep count, not only by Tyler Kuhn tonight, but by the Goldeyes in this 8th inning. And there is still nobody warming up behind Dakota Watts. He is the second reliever used tonight by Brian Myro and the Grand Prairie AirHogs. 3-2 pitch. Hit foul down the left field side. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Tomorrow morning at 11:05, Matt Jackson takes the mound against lefty Sean Spainhoward. Former college teammate of tonight's AirHogs starter Brandon Vargas and AirHogs center fielder Eric Baker. And if Winnipeg gets 3 outs in the 9th, the Goldeyes will be trying for their first home sweep of the year. Another 3-2. Foul off the end of his bat towards the on-deck circle. Jake Blackwood was out of harm's way. And Tyler Kuhn will see an 8th pitch here in the 8th inning. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Goldeyes, a run and 5 hits for the AirHogs. Winnipeg has committed the lone error, which did not lead to any unearned runs. Middle infield set for 2 for the AirHogs. Rodriguez plays behind the runner. 3-2 pitch. Hit foul again to the left side. This is just fun to watch. Tyler Kuhn, he's done it all season long. He came into tonight averaging 4.14 pitches per plate appearance. Tops in the Goldeyes, and would have to imagine it's among the best in the American Association. This will be the 9th pitch coming up in an 8-1 game in the bottom half of the 8th. Watts delivers. Hit in the air down the left field line. Going out the third baseman Burns by the bullpen. That'll reach the crowd. And this at bat will go to a 10th pitch. So the Goldeyes collectively, they've got a commanding lead right now at 8-1. But they are driving up the pitch count of closer Dakota Watts, who came into this ball game with a 1.20 ERA, having given up just 2 earned runs in 15 innings pitched. And the Goldeyes have doubled that here, with only 1 out recorded. 1 on and 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Watts comes set. The 10th pitch to Kuhn. Line drive right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Casey Harther goes to second, and Tyler Kuhn, an outstanding at bat on the 10th pitch from Dakota Watts. Dunks a single in a shallow right field. He's now 3 for 5. You hear Rick Forney and Tom Vaith use the term professional hitter so often, and that is very much a professional at bat by Tyler Kuhn, the Goldeyes shortstop. And Winnipeg keeps things going, first and second and 1 man down. Here's Jake Blackwood. He's had a big game, 3 for 4 with a pair of doubles and 2 runs batted in. 13th hit of the ball game for the Goldeyes. A single to right by Tyler Kuhn. First pitch to Blackwood, breaking ball low. And it's knocked down by Vince DeFazio. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The Watts continuing to labor here in the 8th and nobody warming up. You have to wonder if things do get out of hand here in this frame in terms of the AirHogs. Would a position player potentially come in a pitch? And just as we say that, looks like Mitch Abeda is going to jog down in the bullpen, perhaps to get another pitcher warmed up. The 1-0 to Blackwood, fastball missing inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Watts is now well over 30 pitches, and there's still only 1 out in the bottom half of the 8th. It started with a walk to Donnie Webb. Mazzola poked the double to right. Harther on the RBI single. Pineda the sac fly to right. And now Tyler Kuhn a single on a 10-pitch at bat. The 2-0. Fastball. Wide strike off the knees from Marty Bauer. It's now 2-1. I'll be curious to see Hank Lemoyne behind the plate tomorrow in his Goldeyes debut behind the plate. See what type of strike zone Lemoyne will bring to the table. Marty Bauer tonight umpiring his 3rd game behind the plate for the Goldeyes this year. 2 on, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch hit foul the other way. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the AirHogs in danger of losing for a 7th time in their last 9 games. They began tonight 7.5 back of first place Wichita in the South and 4 back of second place Laredo. Some of the races are beginning to widen around the 3 divisions in the American Association. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Watts is ready. He checks on second, the 2-2 to Blackwood. Hit in the air foul off to the right side. Rodriguez to the look, and that will land about halfway into the seats just beyond the AirHogs dugout. So Blackwood having a tough at bat here. It's still 2-2, and now the AirHogs get a righty warming up in the bullpen. The last place teams in each of the 3 divisions are all facing deficits beginning tonight of at least 8.5 games. Things are fairly close over the first 3 weeks. That has changed over the last 10 days or so. Blackwood swings, he pops it a foul to the right. And Jake has now fouled out 3 straight, the last 2 of which in a 2-strike count. Amarillo in 4th in the South. They are 8.5 games back of first place Wichita. Sioux City last in the Central, 9 back of first place Gary South Shore. That is now 8 after the X's won the opener of a doubleheader. And Sioux Falls 9.5 back of first place St. Paul in the North beginning tonight. Harther on second base, Kuhn on first and 1 out. 8-1 Goldeyes in the bottom of the 8th. Blackwood takes a fastball low and inside. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. You've got to tip your cap to the Goldeyes here. They had a 6-1 lead, which you certainly have to feel pretty comfortable with. Only 3 outs left to go in the 9th. But the Goldeyes have not given away a single at-bat here in the 8th inning. Blackwood, the 6th man up. The runners lead first and second. 3-2 pitch, high fly ball, deep left center field. Moving over to his right is Eric Baker. He's got room in front of the track, makes the catch. And the runner is sold. Jake Blackwood, an 8-pitch at-bat, drives one to left center. That one may have been knocked down in the wind as well. Much the way the ball hit by Andres Rodriguez was in the 7th inning. So Blackwood retired, allowed out. And that brings up Ray Sadler 1 for 4.
The Goldeyes left field, number 20.
Dakota Watts has now thrown 38 pitches in 2/3 of an inning. Sadler, the 7th man up. Catcher Vince DeFazio has gone out to the mound to try and buy a little more time for the righty inside the AirHogs bullpen. Even if Watts were to retire Ray Sadler, not sure if it's a guarantee. Should there be an AirHogs same situation tomorrow that Watts would be available? And even if he is, you have to wonder how effective he could potentially be. Sadler, a single his last time up. It was ripped to left. He could easily have 2 hits tonight. First pitch, it's a splitter taken down low. The count 1-0. Winnipeg leads 8-1 over the Grand Prairie AirHogs. They had the exciting finish last night, 7-6, overcoming an early 5-0 deficit. And they have carried that momentum throughout tonight's game. They got a great start from Nick Hernandez for 6 2/3. The pitch wing inside and low with a splitter, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Ray Sadler. Luis Allen waits on deck. If Sadler can reach, Luis will get one last chance to extend the hitting streak. However, it looks like Jordan Guida has come out on deck, and with a 7-run lead in the 8th, it appears Guida will pinch hit, and even if he doesn't pinch hit, it will finish the game in the 9th. Sadler takes a fastball in the outside corner, and the count is 2-1. It'll be interesting to see who Winnipeg has behind the plate tomorrow. Not just a day game after a night game, but a morning start, 11:05 a.m. Luis has caught day games after night games in the past. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit foul behind the plate, and the count is 2-2. So Jordan Guida is in the on-deck circle right now for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Ray Sadler with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Dakota Watts now at 42 pitches in the bottom half of the 8th. Ryan Myro and Jeff Russell hoping that Watts can get this final out and try and protect his arm for tomorrow. 8-1 Winnipeg, bottom of the 8th. First and second, 2 away. Watts comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him in a fastball, and the inning is over. But the Goldeyes had 2 more runs. There were 3 hits and 2 left on base. We'll go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for Grand Prairie. It's 8-1 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Swing into spring at Salisbury House. Order an extraordinary omelet at any of their family restaurants or a fantastic complete dinner at any Sal's Express or any other meal of your choice for $9.99 or more and receive 2 Goldeyes vouchers redeemable for 2 free tickets to a future game courtesy of Salisbury House. Offer available at all 14 locations. For the one nearest you, visit salisburyhouse.ca. Salisbury House, your food, your way.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come! Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere. The Fairmont Winnipeg is the city's only luxury hotel with 340 luxuriously appointed rooms, 19,000 square feet of stylish function space, and 12 meeting rooms. At the Fairmont, quality, comfort, and convenience come standard, and its central location makes it perfect for your next corporate meeting or family staycation. Travel easily to the RBC Convention Center through the Underground Concourse, or visit the nearby Canadian Museum of Human Rights. Located in the heart of the city, the Fairmont Winnipeg continues to be the hotel of choice for the discerning traveler.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 9th at Shaw Park. Jeffrey Stoner, the true rookie right-hander, will take over. This pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Jeffrey Stoner, 22 years of age, will come out in relief of Kyoe Downing. He worked an inning and a third of scoreless baseball. Stoner makes his 5th career appearance. No wins, no losses, and no saves. He's allowed 2 earned runs in 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .235 against the big right-hander Jeffrey Stoner, 6'4", 230 pounds, 22 years old from Augusta, Georgia. And he'll face 5, 6, and 7 Andres Rodriguez, Vince DeFazio, and Michael Herr. 8-1 Winnipeg. The Goldeyes added 2 more runs against closer Dakota Watts, who came on in a non-save situation. An RBI single from Casey Harther, his 5th RBI of the game, and a sacrifice fly to right field from Ryan Pineda. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball taken low in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The Sports Select post-game show will follow tonight's contest. Goldeyes trying to take the first 2 of this 3-game series. And the next pitch is on the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez 0 for 3. He's grounded a third, struck out swinging, and last time up he was robbed by Ray Sadler in the left center field gap. The pitch hit in the air towards right center field. Donnie Webb moving to his right. Donnie Webb is there and makes the catch. 1 man down in the top half of the 9th inning. Jordan Guida has come on to catch the top of the 9th. He was on deck when Ray Sadler made the final out in the bottom half of the 8th inning. So Guida will play the final inning here in place of Luis Allen, who will have a 9-game hitting streak come to an end, but still a great run by Luis Allen. Allen over his last 13 games with 12 runs batted in and has really done nicely in that cleanup hole. So it's 1 out of nobody on here in the top half of the 9th after the fly out to right field from Andres Rodriguez. Vince DeFazio 1 for 3, a single, a strikeout, and a fly out to center field. Jeffrey Stoner going off a full windup first base side of the rubber. And the first pitch is taken just inside, a front door slider attempt. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Stoner last pitched in the final game against the Sioux Falls Canaries last Thursday. The 1-0 is popped up left side, might be playable. Mazzola coming in from foul ground, sprinting towards the Goldeyes dugout. Mazzola has the wind take hold. It ends up by the third base line. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And did that ball come back fair? I don't believe it did. Are they signaling for a base hit? DeFazio went down to first. That ball landed about a foot to the left of the third base line. It bounced a little bit to the right. Don't think it actually came back fair, and there was no signal as such from the umpiring crew. So it is just a foul ball, and it's 1-1 on Vince DeFazio. Wind is very tough right now. It's been howling from left to right all night long, and Mazzola, you credit him for sprinting all the way in. He's playing deep at third base right now. And the wind tugged it to our right and Mazzola's left. And landed just foul. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Stoner working last Thursday against the Sioux Falls Canaries. Worked 1 frame and gave up 2 runs, one of which was earned and had 1 strikeout. On deck is Michael Herr, the right fielder. 8-1 Winnipeg, top half of the 9th. The 1-1 pitch. Slider taken low and outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Really been impressed by Jeffrey Stoner's slider since he first came to the Goldeyes at the beginning of the first homestand of the year. Swinging a ground ball to the left. Mazzola reaches down. He's got it. Nice play. Steps in. Throws to first in time to get to Fazio. And there's 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Nifty play by Josh Mazzola at third. Moved across to his left. Got a short hop. And they get to Fazio by a step. And you tip your cap to the Fazio, who busted out of the box in that ground ball with his team trailing by 7. Michael Herr steps to the plate. The final hope for the Grand Prairie AirHogs, 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a fly out to right. Stoner out of Francis Marion University in South Carolina. Here's the first pitch. Fastball on the inside half for a strike, 0-1. He's a former college teammate of last year's AirHogs closer Patrick Mincy, who is the American Association's reliever of the year. Hit on the ground past the man. There's Jake Blackwood. He's got it. Throws to first in time, and the ball game is over. Jake Blackwood throws out Michael Herr at first base. Jeffrey Stoner has a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. And the Winnipeg Goldeyes have taken the first 2 games of this series for the Grand Prairie AirHogs. They win it here on this Wednesday evening, 8-1, behind a 2-homer, 5 RBI night from Casey Harther, and a tremendous start from left-hand pitcher Nick Hernandez, who allows 1 earned over 6 2/3 innings. A clean win here for the Goldeyes. They had great offense up and down the lineup. They got a great start from Nick Hernandez. Kyoe Downing and Jeffrey Stoner pitch well in relief, and Winnipeg has a chance at its first home sweep of 2014. They'll have Matt Jackson on the mound tomorrow morning at 11:05. In the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Our final score from Shaw Park, it's the Winnipeg Goldeyes 8 and the Grand Prairie AirHogs 1. Back with a Sports Select post-game show after this on Jewel 101.
Thanks for listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball. Stay tuned for comments from Goldeyes players and coaches. The Winnipeg Goldeyes Sports Select post-game show is next on Jewel 101.
Nice day. Want a drink?
Yeah, sure. Pass me a Pepsi. Whoa! Do you hear that? Open your Pepsi. Whoa, that was awesome.
Hit it out of the park this summer with the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi. Pepsi, live for now.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Most days, you can predict what life's going to throw at you.
He's 2 for 2 at bat so far today.
But every once in a while...
Strike! Oh, he did not see that coming.
When life throws you a curveball, Ranger Insurance will protect what's important to you. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, they have a plan that fits your needs. Ranger Insurance, putting relationships first. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
Summer is the season for long family road trips.
Are we there yet?
And if you want to make it there, it's time to go to Cal Tire. Whether you come in for a tire rotation, an alignment, or even a basic oil service, all your visits come with a free mechanical inspection. Get your vehicle ready for high temperatures and heavy use. Talk to Cal at any one of 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
It's time for the Winnipeg Goldeyes Sports Select post-game show on Jewel 101. Here's Steve Schuster.
Welcome back to Shaw Park, where the Winnipeg Goldeyes had defeated the Grand Prairie AirHogs by a final score of 8-1. Great start tonight by Nick Hernandez and some great offensive performances up and down the lineup. You're listening to the Sportsnet postgame show. Pools players won over $7 million last year. Visit your lottery retailer today. We're going to go down to the field with Winnipeg Goldeyes manager Rick Forney. And Rick, a great clean win for you guys here. You get out to the early start. Nick Hernandez, great for a second straight outing, and he take this one 8-1.
Yeah, just kind of how you draw it up to get a great start. Offensively, you're on top of your game. You support your starter with some good offense early. Just an all-around good ball game for the club.
I'll ask you first about Nick Hernandez. He goes 6 2/3. It gets into the 7th inning for a second straight start. That changeup was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, well, his changeup was better because his fastball was so good tonight. He was on top of it, driving it downhill. When your fastball's changing plane, got a little bit of arm side movement out of that two-seamer. It's going to make your changeup better. But real good, solid command of his body all night long, and it equals ball control across the plate. When you got those, then you're going to control the game, and he did a great job tonight.
You know, your whole pitching staff this year has done a great job getting the leadoff hitter around, and Hernandez has been one of the best. He got the leadoff hitter out there 5 of 7 innings tonight.
Yeah, that's an important recipe for success at any pitcher, whether you're a starter or a bullpen guy or whatever. If you're real efficient getting that first guy out, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a successful outing that day.
Your offense does a lot of great things. Another big-time night from Casey Harther. Kind of picks up where he left off, 3 hits and 5 RBIs.
Yeah, it's really, you can tell he's seeing the ball well. He's putting a lot of good swings on it right now, and he's not missing some mistakes. If you leave it up in the middle of the plate right now, he's going to drive it. He's lifting the ball well. Got 2 runs tonight, 5 RBIs. Jake had a big night tonight, drove in some big runs for us. I believe Tyler had 2 or 3 hits, so good night for the club offensively.
You know, how about the job? Josh Mazzola comes through there, 2 more hits. He's really been great for you guys over the last 7 or 8 days.
Yeah, he's streaky. You know, you got to be patient and bear with him a little bit, and you give him enough ABs. When he starts to settle in and gets his timing down, then he gets on one of those tears where he's as good as anybody in the league.
You talked about Jake Blackwood. He gets you guys on the board early with the double to right center, and throughout this entire ball game, the wind was blowing in that direction, but you guys had a really good approach, it seemed, hitting to the opposite field.
Yeah, we got some pitches out over the plate, and they were elevated a little bit. It makes it a little easier to go that way, and then when you got the wind factored in, it's going to carry a little bit longer and brings the extra base hit into play for you.
Now, the 8th inning, I know they're a little bit short-handed in the bullpen. They have to bring in their closer, you know, in a non-save situation. You guys grinded out about 7 different at-bats. You get 2 runs against him, and kind of a free look if he's in a safe situation tomorrow.
Yeah, that is. It's kind of important, and we worked him a little bit. He didn't have an easy outing today, so tomorrow, obviously, I don't know how many pitches he threw. Looked like 25 or 30 to me, so hopefully we don't have to see him in a safe situation, but if he does come in, we should be familiar with him.
And within that inning, I mean, you guys are up at 8-1. Tyler Kuhn grinds it out 10 pitches. He fouls a pitch after pitch. He's done it all season long for you.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He has that knack for fighting off pitches that he can't really handle and drive into the gap for a base hit. But, you know, hell of an at-bat right there.
A quick turnaround for you guys tomorrow. Matt Jackson will get the ball. You'll face a younger lefty here in Sean Spanhoward. Your expectations here for tomorrow's pitching matchup?
Well, hopefully we can support Matt with some good offense against a similar left-hander, and need Matt to be real good. You know, get him off to a good start early in the ball game. Hopefully we can support him with some good defense and some good offense early, give him a chance to settle in. But you know how Matt is, man. If he's got his command down and away, especially to the right-handed hitters, and he has a good spinner going, he can be